Chapter 888. When Xianxia returned home, Muqiqi was waiting on the bed with the lights on. Xianxia looked at the time and helped her lie down. His tone was slightly heavy. "Don't you know that you're pregnant? What if I don't come back tonight? I'm just worried. What if the Song family ambushed you when you went out in the middle of the night?" Muqiqi lay down obediently. "Did you see Xingkai?" Xianxia took off his coat and went to the bathroom to wash up again. Then he changed into his nightgown and returned to the bed. "You don't have to worry about him in the future." "Why?" Muqiqi tilted her head and asked Xianxia anxiously. "He has his own path. A path that did not need to be protected." Muqiqi leaned into Xianxiao's arms and did not speak for a long time. After a while she sighed. "It seems that old master's wish is destined to not be fulfilled. It's going to be a pity." Xianxia hugged Muqiqi and patted her back as if he was coaxing a child. He only put her down after Muqiqi fell asleep. Because at that moment what he was thinking about was not old Master Sheng or Xingkai, but how many people would be implicated in this trip to Luohai and how much trouble the Song family wanted to cause. The next morning, old Master Lin arrived at the Shen family because the two old men were preparing to set off together. However, just as the two of them drove out of the Shen family's home, they saw Xing Zhao's Bentley parked not far away, as if he was deliberately waiting there. When old Master Shen saw this, he asked the driver to roll down the window. "Eighth brother?" Xing Zhao glanced at Muqiqi beside him and got out of the car. He walked to old Master Shen's window and leaned over. "Grandfather, Xingkai is also involved and is being used by the Song family." Old Master Shen understood what Xing Zhao meant and nodded. "Go. I know what I'm doing." Then old Master Shen rolled up the window. Old Master Lin was sitting next to old Master Shen. When he saw this, he smiled. "It's a pity that I don't have a granddaughter. Otherwise, I would definitely fight for this grandson-in-law. You won't have a chance in this lifetime." The two old men left Jianchuan amidst their laughter. Shen Jianchuan, who was walking in front and arranging everything, accompanied them. A moment later, Xing Zhao returned to the car. Muqiqi looked at the man beside her and said, "Actually, there's no need to wait for them on purpose. Just make a phone call. We'll be apart for a few months. I'm afraid you'll miss them." Actually, Xing Zhao had a deeper meaning. He did not know what would happen on this trip to Luohai. In the worst-case scenario, this might be the last time Muqiqi would see the two of them. Muqiqi was stunned for a moment and did not say anything. She had a bad feeling in her heart. Xiao asked. "Xiao, how many months?" Xing Zhao asked in return. Muqiqi calmed down. She also felt that it was nonsense. What would happen to the Xing family and the Shen family if she and Xing Zhao went there? Who would take care of Huang Yao and Zhongting? "I was just casually mentioning it." Having said that, Muqiqi subconsciously touched her belly with her right hand. Although there was still some time before her belly became visible, she could feel the feeling of being connected by blood. For the sake of the baby, she couldn't take any risks. Feeling the warmth and strength of his palm, Muqiqi suddenly relaxed. There seemed to be nothing in this world that this man could not solve, so why should she worry about nothing? "Then I'll go in." Muqiqi pushed the door open and got out of the car. Soon she disappeared from the entrance of the Jianchuan branch office. Xing Zhao looked at her for a while before saying to Su Che, "Let's go." Xing Zhao took a few glances before saying to Su Che, "Let's go." On the flight in the morning, old Master Lin and old Master Shen were chatting in business class. When the two old men talked about fighting side by side, they seemed to have endless topics to talk about. However, just as old Master Lin returned from the bathroom, he was bumped into by a young man. "Old Master Lin." Old Master Lin looked up and saw Song Buji's face. He did not seem to know Song Buji, right? Old Master Lin frowned. "Do you know me?" "Xianxia, fiancé's grandfather," Song Buji replied with a smile. "I didn't know it would be such a coincidence. You know Xianxia. We're friends." After saying that, Song Buji walked past old Master Lin and went to the bathroom. However, old Master Lin noticed that the cufflinks on his sleeves were emitting a bright light. These cufflinks were exactly the same as the ones Lin Mu and had worn home last night. Old Master Lin frowned. Then he sat down beside old Master Shen with an ugly expression. When old Master Shen saw this, his eyes were filled with doubt. He immediately asked, "What's wrong? You came back from the bathroom with such an ugly expression." "It's nothing." I might be a little airsick, Old Master Lin replied. Of course he would not tell Old Master Shen about this. After all, this was just a family matter. Moreover, he had not figured out the truth of the matter. Then you rest. I'll call you when we reach Luohai. Old Master Shen did not know that Song Buji was also on the flight. He was just deliberately sitting in economy class. He really thought that Old Master Lin was feeling uncomfortable because of airsickness. Old Master Lin did not know about the grudge between the Shen and Song families. Moreover, he had only heard about Song Buji recently, but he had never seen him before. Now that he had suddenly seen him, he could not figure out the relationship in a short period of time. Moreover, he was wondering if Lu Xianxian had anything to do with this man. Otherwise, why would he have such cufflinks? Song Buji was sitting in economy class. Not only was there a smile on his face, he was also playing with the cufflinks in his hand. He did not believe that the old man from the Lin family did not have any doubts in his heart. On the other side, the mother and daughter of the Lu family had no idea what was about to happen. In the end, Mama Lu decided to set their engagement on the last day of the 7th month after looking for someone to plan for a better life. After Lu Xianxian heard this, she was a little unwilling. Mommy, can it be faster? It's true that a grown girl can't be kept at home. There's still one more time, which is early July, but isn't it too rushed? Of course not. Lu Xianxian was very satisfied with this date. Then when Old Master Lin comes back, I'll discuss it with him and decide on it for you. Okay. Lu Xianxian nodded readily. Then she texted Lin Mu and about this matter. When Lin Mu and saw that sentence, his heart was filled with sweetness. You can't wait? Of course. Aren't you in a hurry? Lu Xianxian asked with a smile. I'm not in a hurry. Lin Mu, and deliberately teased her. A man is a flower. Scumbag, I seem to be a little relieved to see you return to your former liveliness, Lu Xianxian said with relief. Because I know that in your heart, you've always wanted grandfather's acknowledgement. Chapter 889. It was such a simple sentence, but Lu Xianxian could smile foolishly at her phone for the entire morning. Then she called Mu Qiqi. Pregnant woman. I'm doing an experiment. Tell me, Mu Qiqi said as she held the phone between her ears. I'm getting engaged on July 5th. We agreed that once the date is set, I'll inform you. Am I loyal enough? Even through the phone, Mu Qiqi could imagine Lu Xianxian's beaming face. Lu Xianxian, you're really too excited. You need to buy a megaphone and shout around Jianchuan. Mu Qiqi cleaned the blood on her hands as she mocked Lu Xianxian. You're not even giving me your blessings. How can I not give you my blessings? Finally, the hardships are over, Xiao Lu. Mu Qiqi shook her head helplessly. Be good. Come to the Banyan courtyard tonight. I'll celebrate with you. Forget it. I still have to work overtime. Lu Xianxian expressed that she was busy. Right, I understand. On July 5th, I'll definitely bring my entire family over to witness it for you. Definitely. After hanging up, Mu Qiqi put down her phone with a helpless expression. When the professor saw this, he could not help but laugh. It's a wonderful thing for a good friend to be happy. Yes. Mu Qiqi put down the clean scalpel in her hand, and the corners of her mouth unconsciously curled up into a perfect smile. In the afternoon, the old master and the others had just arrived at Luohai. However, after getting off the plane, Old Master Lin's gaze followed Song Buji. What are you looking at? Old Master Lin shook his head. Nothing. The old chief's car is already waiting outside. Let's go out quickly. I haven't seen him for so many years. I wonder if he can still drink. Old Master Shen could not hide his excitement. Just as Old Lin was about to reply, Mama Lu called. After meeting last night, both sides exchanged contact information again. It was to facilitate the confirmation of the engagement date. Old Master Lin did not expect it to be so soon. Even so, he still picked up Mama Lu's call. Mama Lu told Old Master Lin about the confirmed engagement date. When Old Master Lin heard this, he immediately frowned. So soon? Noticing the hesitation in his voice, Mama Lu carefully asked, Do you think it's too soon, Elder Lin? That's not it either. Old Master Lin immediately realized that his tone was wrong. There's another date. It's the end of July, but the two kids think it's too long. Then it's decided, Old Master Lin replied calmly, but Mama Lu saw that he was a little disinterested. Okay, then I won't bother you anymore. With that, Mama Lu hung up. However, after putting down the phone, she frowned. She had a feeling that old Master Lin was going to go back on his word. Therefore, she had to make preparations as soon as possible, in case he had other ideas when the time came. The reason why old Master Lin hesitated was because he had doubts in his heart. He wanted to clarify this doubt first. Deep in his heart, of course, he believed in Lu Xianxian. After all, he had been observing her for a long time. But if Lu Xianxian really had something to do with that man just now, wouldn't he ruin his grandson's life? Therefore he had to be careful. Still in a daze? Get in the car, old Lin. Not far away, old Master Shin's voice rang in old Master Lin's ears. Old Master Lin took a deep breath and finally turned around to chase after them. Mama Lu sensed old Lin's attitude, but she did not dare to tell Lu Xianxian, because she knew how much her daughter liked Lin Muan. Both of them had been looking forward to this day even in their dreams. But now old Lin suddenly buried a bomb and no one knew what would happen in the end. She hoped that she was overthinking things. However, after her husband passed away, she became much more sensitive. Old Master Lin's reaction just now was clearly that he wanted to pretend that he had lost his memory and did not remember that they had completed the marriage proposal. It would be fine if she was overthinking things. But if it was true, what should she do? Who should she go to discuss it with now? Mu Qiqi did not expect that Mama Lu would call her at this time. Mu Qiqi had just finished helping the professor put together the pieces of his body. Before she could rest, she saw the flashing name on the phone and was slightly stunned. Then she washed her hands and answered the call. Auntie, what's wrong? I want to see you. Are you free? Auntie, I'm at the Jianchuan branch office now. Do you want me to go over tonight? Mu Qiqi asked tentatively. No need. I don't want Xianxian to know. I'll come to you later. Okay, Mu Qiqi answered straightforwardly. But after hanging up, she could feel that something might have happened. An hour later, Mama Lu appeared at the entrance of the branch office. Mu Qiqi took off her sterile clothes and brought Mama Lu into the lounge of the police station. Auntie, what's wrong? Mama Lu smiled awkwardly and sat down in front of Mu Qiqi. However, after holding the teacup for a while, she did not know how to start. It's okay. If there's anything that's inconvenient for you to tell Xianxian, you can tell me. After thinking about it, I don't know who to look for, nor do I know who to ask for help. I thought that Xianxian only has you as a friend, so I could only come to look for you. I heard that you're pregnant, but I haven't been able to congratulate you yet. Auntie, if you have something to say, just say it, Mu Qiqi said seriously as she looked at Mama Lu. Mama Lu told Mu Qiqi everything that had happened in the past 2 days, focusing on old Master Lin's reaction when he answered the phone today. The two children love each other too much. I don't know how to tell Xianxian, but I'm afraid that if something happens to old Master Lin, Xianxian won't be able to accept it. After hearing the whole thing, Mu Qiqi understood Mama Lu's feelings. Am I being a little paranoid? Maybe his grandfather is just tired. Auntie, the fact that you're here means that you know very well whether Grandpa Lin is tired or not. You came to look for me because you know about the relationship between the Shen and Lin families. So, you want me to test Grandpa Lin's attitude on your behalf, right? Mu Qiqi was too smart. Mama Lu could not hide her intentions at all. However, it was understandable that Mama Lu would do this. For the sake of her daughter's happiness, a mother could endure any kind of grievance. Auntie, listen to me. If something really happens to old Master Lin, he will definitely tell Lin Muan. I think he has already accepted it before, but he suddenly hesitated. There must be a reason. When he figures it out, he will definitely know how good and kind Xianxian is. At the very least, there's still Lin Muan. You have to believe in his feelings for Xianxian. As a mother, there's not much I can do for Xianxian. I only hope that she gets married happily. Chapter 890. After sending Mama Lu away, Mu Qiqi sat on the chair and did not move for a long time. When she returned home at night, she called Xin Jianchuan and acted coquettishly. Dad, what's wrong? Xin Jianchuan asked. Do you have something to tell me? There's something I want to ask you, Dad. Mu Qiqi sat cross-legged on the bed. Speak. It's rare for my daughter to beg me, Xin Jianchuan replied as he sat on the sofa in the hotel. It's Xianxian. You know. After a few minutes, Mu Qiqi told Xin Jianchuan about the matter. Dad, these are all matters for a little girl. You and Grandpa must have your own things to do in Luohai. However, I really don't have much of a relationship with this old Master Lin, let alone talk about Lin Muan. That's why don't worry. I'll find a time to talk to old Master Lin. Xin Jianchuan immediately agreed to Mu Qiqi. No matter how big or small your daily matters are, eighth brother is always around. You don't have much time to ask me for help. It's just a small matter. Of course I can do it for you. Thank you, Dad. It's getting late. Hurry up and rest. Does eighth brother indulge you so much? I'll close my eyes. Mu Qiqi quickly replied. Don't tell Xiao. He's in the study. He thinks I'm already asleep. Xin Jianchuan's lips curled into a faint smile as he was able to call his daughter. However, after putting down the phone, he and old Master Shen returned to their previous seriousness and coldness. I really didn't expect that old Master Lu would have such a few bastard sons. He's seriously ill in the hospital and none of them came to ask about him. His ex-wife really taught him well. Dad, I've already made arrangements. I won't neglect the hospital in the future. Xin Jianchuan quickly replied. When I saw Uncle Lu in the past, he was so glorious. I didn't expect him to be so miserable in his later years. If the Song family got the news earlier and came to take revenge, the consequences would be unimaginable. Old Master Shen put his hands behind his back and looked dignified. I'll go to the hospital tomorrow. I want to see how brave the Song family is. We'll go to the hospital together tomorrow. Dad, you sleep first. I'll go play chess with Uncle Lin. Who would be in the mood to play chess so late at night? Grandpa Shen glared at him. It's not easy for Xiao Qi to beg me. I have to do it for her. With that, Xin Jianchuan opened the door and walked out. Old Lin lived next door to the father and son. At that moment, he stood in front of the floor-to-ceiling glass with a serious face. He was even more worried than old Shen and old Lin because he was still worried about Lin Mu and Lu Qianqian. Uncle Lin, do you want to play chess? Old Master Lin turned to look at Xin Jianchuan and nodded. Your Highness. He was feeling vexed and he needed to vent his frustrations. Thus, the two of them sat down on chairs and had someone prepare a chessboard. However, old Master Lin lost 3 games in a row. In the end, he decided to act shamelessly. Brat, you've been lying in bed for so many years. Why are you still so smart? Uncle Lin is absent-minded. Is there something bothering him? Why don't you tell me and let the younger generation help you solve your problems? Xin Jianchuan smiled. After seeing Uncle Lu today, both you and Dad didn't look good. However, you're even more gloomy than Dad. I guess there might be something else. Old Master Lin was stunned for a moment. He pointed at Xin Jianchuan and said, You're still so meticulous. I do have something else. You also have a daughter, so you should be able to understand. I only have one grandson, Lin Mu. He and the daughter of the Lu family are about to get engaged, but I still feel uneasy. Is there a reason? Xin Jianchuan took the opportunity to ask. I'm just a central suspicion. Old Master Lin was unwilling to say it first, but after thinking for 2 seconds he sighed. Forget it. You're not an outsider. I just suspect that Lu Qianqian has another man outside and is in a relationship with another man. Did you bump into him, Uncle Lin? Or did someone tell you something? Earlier at dinner I saw Mu and wearing a cufflink. It was a gift from Qianqian. Today I saw another man wearing it too. Moreover, he also knows Qianqian. He even called Qianqian's name very intimately. It was also through Qianqian that he found out my identity. If it were you as an elder, what would you think? These are all family matters. It's quite embarrassing, but I know that my grandson only has one girl in his heart. Took me a long time to accept Lu Qianqian. I never thought that such a thing would happen now. How can I bear it? Xin Jianchuan nodded after hearing this. Since it's a doubt, then go and find out. Don't keep it in your heart. Not only will it hurt your body, but what if it's a misunderstanding? I want to, but I don't know where to start now. Old Master Lin spread his hands and said, Young people nowadays are really confusing. I don't think that Qianqian is that kind of person. How about this? Qiqi has a good relationship with her. I'll let her help you secretly test it out. What do you think? They have a good relationship. What if they collude? Old Master Lin would not fall for this trick. My daughter is not someone who can't tell right from wrong for her friends. If you're worried, then leave this matter to me. I'll help you investigate it. Xin Jianchuan took the initiative to take the task. Is that okay? There's nothing wrong with it, but you have to tell me who that man is. I don't know either. I feel that he's very familiar, as if I've seen him somewhere before. Old Master Lin recalled carefully. I'll tell you when I remember. Alright, then don't worry about it anymore. After all, your health is important. Xin Jianchuan dissuaded him. Sai, you're still the most stable. If it weren't for those years, Jianchuan would have been your world long ago. I have a daughter and son-in-law. This is already the best blessing the heavens have given me. Xin Jianchuan did not think much of it. It was a blessing in disguise. Old Master Lin did not say anything else and started another game of chess with Xin Jianchuan. Perhaps it was because he had opened up the knot in his heart, so he was much more focused. This time Xin Jianchuan did not win so easily. After returning to his room, Xin Jianchuan looked at the time. It was already close to midnight, so he wanted to wait until the next morning to return his daughter's call. They had never expected that the person who was causing trouble was the Song family. It was Song Buji. Song Buji had already planted the seed of suspicion in Old Master Lin's heart. Of course, he would pretend more to make Old Master Lin think that Lu Qianqian had another man outside. Chapter 891. The next morning, Xin Jianchuan called Mu Qiqi early in the morning and told Mu Qiqi about Old Master Lin's suspicions. Old Master Lin told me about this out of trust. You can't slap your father in the face and spread the news. Don't worry, Dad. I'll only investigate in secret. Qianqian isn't that kind of person, Mu Qiqi answered firmly. Although I don't know what went wrong to make Old Master Lin misunderstand, I think the most important thing is to get him to tell me about the man he bumped into. He hasn't remembered yet. All right, it's been hard on you, Dad. Mu Qiqi was a little apologetic. After all, it was already very awkward for these young girls to be interfered with by their elders. The key is to satisfy my daughter. Be careful. After saying that, Xin Jianchuan hung up. Mu Qiqi sat on the bed, her brows tightly furrowed. When Xing Xiao returned to his room after changing his clothes, he saw Mu Qiqi's expression. He immediately reached out and smoothed her brows. Why do you look like that? Mu Qiqi sighed and hugged Xing Xiao's waist. Master Xiao, why are people so complicated? Xing Xiao gently pushed her away. Then he held her in his arms and sat her on his lap. Let me hear it. What made you sigh like that? It's about Qianqian. Mu Qiqi's face was bitter. Old Master Lin suspects that Qianqian has another man outside, but Qianqian is about to get engaged to Lin Muan. It was because of those two again. Xing Xiao's eyes darkened a little. After Mu Qiqi finished speaking, he said calmly, calling Lin Mu, and isn't something you should worry about. I'm afraid that Qianqian will find out. She has her own life and her own path. You shouldn't be her nanny here. With that, Xing Xiao placed Mu Qiqi on the bed. If you don't want to call, I'll do it. I understand. Mu Qiqi sighed. According to Xing Xiao, since it was related to Lu Qianqian, it should be handled by Lin Muan. However, if she told Lin Muan about it, it would be inevitable that something unpleasant would happen between her and old Lin. But Xing Xiao was right. She should not be involved in this matter. So, on the way to the branch office, Mu Qiqi called Lin Mu, and didn't pick up the call because he was training. Still, what troubled Mu Qiqi was how she should answer Mama Lu about that. Looking at Xing Xiao beside him, he did not say a word. His expression was not angry, but it was clear that he was sulking because of Mu Qiqi's worries, even though he did not say anything. Master Xiao, you're not cute anymore. Are you not embarrassed to be angry at a pregnant woman? Xing Xiao held her face with his hands and pinched her chin. Do you think my life is too easy? Mu Qiqi was stunned for a moment. She took his words to heart. I'm sorry. We're here. Get out of the car. Xing Xiao's attitude toward her was cold and methodical. Mu Qiqi was quiet for a few seconds. She wanted to kiss and hug him, but seeing how angry the man was, she pushed the door open and got out of the car. President, aren't you being too strict with Madam? Su Che could not help but ask Xing Xiao as he watched Mu Qiqi leave. People who need a lesson will always need a lesson. Drive. Xing Xiao said lightly. In fact, he was already regretting what he said just now. This matter had always been sensitive, especially when it concerned him. He would probably have to think about it for a day. Sure enough, from the moment she entered the branch office, Mu Qiqi had been mulling over Xing Xiao's words several times. She also began to reflect on herself. It seemed that she had really caused a lot of trouble. In the end, it was Xianxia who came forward to solve it. He should be tired too. Thinking of this, Muqiqi felt guilty. In the future, she really couldn't take on too much responsibility for herself. In the afternoon, Lin Mu and finally took the time to call Muqiqi during his lunch break. Xiaoqi, I have something to tell you. Muqiqi put on a serious expression and told him everything from the beginning to the end. She did not leave out a single detail. Now your grandfather suspects that Xianxia is with another man outside. He must be worried that you will be deceived. So when Auntie Lu confirmed the date of your engagement, he inevitably hesitated because he had doubts. And Auntie Lu sensed that your grandfather seemed to be regretting it. You see for yourself, what should you do about this matter? Auntie Lu came to me personally, so I asked my father for help. So pretend that you don't know about this matter. Don't get into a deadlock with your grandfather and expose my father. After Lin Muan heard this, he felt that things were far more complicated than he had imagined. Why would his grandfather think that Xianxia had another man outside? Even if it was a cufflink, even if someone said that he had found out about the old man's identity through Xianxia, could this be enough to prove that Xianxia was two-timing him? Do you believe Xianxia? Of course I believe her. Xianxia gets up early every day and doesn't have time to get to know other men. I can feel her sincerity towards me. Lin Muan said firmly. When two people in love, as long as one of them had a problem and was absent-minded, the other party would definitely notice it. So Lin Muan did not doubt Lu Xianxian at all. That man is the key. I don't know who your grandfather met and why he framed Xianxian. Xiaoqi, leave this matter to me. Since it's my grandfather and fiancé, it's my responsibility to resolve the misunderstanding between them, Lin Muan said to Muqiqi. Lin Muan said to Muqiqi. I'm going to train soon. I'll think of a way later. Thank you. What about Auntie Lu? I'll talk to her, Lin Muan answered as he changed into his training uniform. Don't worry. After putting down the phone, Lin Muan's handsome face tensed up. His first instinct was that someone did not want him to get engaged to Xianxia. Not only that, but this person also knew everything about him and Xianxia's family. But in his impression, he had never offended such a person. He must not let him find this person. After telling Lin Muan about the matter, Muqiqi seemed to relax a little. However, when she thought about her King Yanluo, her face darkened again. She seemed to have to think of a way to coax him. Look, he was already 30 years old. Couldn't he be a little more magnanimous? He was going to be a father soon. He was really stingy. Although she complained, Muqiqi knew that she was in the wrong. She did not care about Master Zhao's feelings, so she deserved to be despised by him. Chapter 892. Xianxia had long been used to this thing in his house. She was a troublemaker, but even so he had never gotten tired of her. It was just that sometimes when he was angry she didn't even care about herself. After returning to Zhongting, he thought about what Muqiqi had said from beginning to end. Usually, other than the internal conflicts in the family, Lu Xianxian and Lin Muan had not offended anyone else. But now it was clear that someone was driving a wedge between Lu Xianxian and Old Man Lin. Why did Xianxia make such a connection? This was because Vice President Qin had told him that Song Buji would appear in front of Lu Xianxian, whether intentionally or unintentionally. This meant that Lu Xianxian was indeed one of Song Buji's targets. What did he want to do? Or rather, what was his ultimate goal? With this thought in mind, Xianxia sent Xin Jianchuan a picture and told him, "Dad, send this photo to Old Man Lin. He might recognize it." Xin Jianchuan was stunned for a moment before he suddenly understood. He moved the phone closer to Old Master Lin. "Uncle Lin, take a look. Do you recognize this person?" Old Master Lin immediately put on his presbyopic glasses and looked at the phone screen. He realized that this person was the man he had met on the plane. It's him. He's Jianchuan's nouveau riche, the CEO of the Yashang Group, Song Buji, Xin Jianchuan explained. He's also the enemy of our Xin family. Old Master Lin raised his head in surprise and looked at Xin Jianchuan. When Old Master Xin saw this, he quickly explained, "Do you still remember the secret mission I carried out 25 years ago? This is that family." Old Master Lin thought about it carefully and remembered this. "So, the Song family is here to seek revenge on you? But this and me. Old Man Lin, the Xin family and the Xing family rely on each other. There are no gaps for the Song family to exploit, so he wants to target the people around us. Shao Qi and Lu Qianqian have a good relationship. I think he must have a motive for doing this. You must not be deceived by such a person. But what if Lu Qianqian really has something to do with this man? Even if we can prove that this person is your enemy, it can't prove that Lu Qianqian has nothing to do with him. I'm still afraid that he will use Lu Qianqian to hurt the Lin and Xin families. It was understandable for old Master Lin to think this way. Xin Jianchuan was stunned for a few seconds before he comforted old Master Lin. Since eighth brother has already noticed this matter, you just have to pretend that you don't know. If he plays tricks again, you will be able to guard against him in time and not be used by him in the end. That girl, how did she get involved with such a person? Old Lin, perhaps our Xin family has implicated the girl from the Lu family. If Song Buji did not break his hands for revenge, then the people around Mu Qiqi would be the best breakthrough point. On this point, Song Buji was extremely smart. Things are getting more and more complicated. I hope it has nothing to do with that girl. Then Xin Jianchuan replied to Xing Xiao. The person who created the fog for old Master Lin was Song Buji. He pretended that he had a close relationship with Lu Qianqian to make old Lin misunderstand. In the end, the marriage between Lu Qianqian and Lin Mu would fall through. If Song Buji really achieved his goal, then the relationship between Lu Qianqian and the little thing, this Song Buji was really a poisonous snake. He could even think of such a trick. Since he knew the crux of the matter, as long as he proved that Lu Qianqian and Song Buji did not know each other, he would be able to clear Lu Qianqian's name in front of old Master Lin. Old Master Lin was concerned about two things. One was the cufflinks and the other was that Song Buji was pretending to be intimate with Lu Qianqian. Thinking of this, Xing Xiao gave Vice President Qin a call and talked about the cufflinks. President Xing, this cufflink was given to CEO Lu by someone from the design company. They said that there are only 2 of them in the world. Go and find out who the other cufflink was given to and how it was given. Pay attention, I want evidence, Xing Xiao instructed. I'll go to London as soon as possible. Vice President Qin was a smart person and did not need Xing Xiao to give him too many instructions. Then Xing Xiao hung up the phone. However, when he saw the few numbers that had been dialed on his phone, he laughed self-deprecatingly and said that it was none of his business. He had been taught well by that thing. In the evening, Xing Xiao was still in a meeting at Zhongting. However, the special ringtone made him focus on his phone. It was a text message from Mu Qiqi. President Xing, I've already booked a seat at the restaurant. Please do me the honor of watching the night view with me tonight. Unaccountably solicitous. A few words immediately flashed through Xing Xiao's mind. However, in the eyes of others, the moment he picked up his phone, he did not look like the usual swift and decisive Xing Xiao. There was only one person who could make him show such gentleness. It was his pregnant bride, Mu Qiqi. Xing Xiao looked at the text message but did not reply. Mu Qiqi immediately sent a second message. Master Xiao, I've booked the best seat. Did I agree to let you go out? Just book the seat. Xing Xiao poured a bucket of cold water on her. You're becoming more and more unscrupulous. Just once, just once. Xing Xiao shook his head and put down his phone. He coughed lightly. After nightfall, Lin Mu returned to his dormitory to rest. He saw several messages from Lu Qianqian. When we go home this weekend, we'll go pick out a dress. She even added a smiley face. Lin Mu looked at the messages and felt very upset. However, he still hid his complicated feelings and called Lu Qianqian. You're not off work yet? Yes, Lu Qianqian said. Now that I have Vice President Qin, I feel much better. Don't be so smug. Since you're off work, stay at home and accompany me. Otherwise, when you marry into the Lin family, I'll feel very empty. I won't. Silly girl, just treat it as doing it for me. I also want to be filial to your family. Alright, since you're so filial, I'll reluctantly agree. After hearing Lin Muan's words, Lu Qianqian was even more certain that she did not love the wrong person. Be good and wait for me to come back. There was a hidden meaning in Lin Muan's words, but Lu Qianqian did not understand the deeper meaning. Lu Qianqian would never have thought that there would be so many hidden dangers behind the engagement ceremony that she had been looking forward to. And the culprit, Song Buji, was currently in a hotel in Luohai, discussing with his godbrother, who he did not approve of, how to make that Lu person die. Dad, are you muddle-headed? Why did you call this person here? To make him collude with the Xing family? When Song Jiang heard this, he glared at him. He's my son now, your brother. At the Yashang group reception he offered tea. Have you forgotten? Chapter 893. Sheng Kai did not care about Song Buji's provocation. Instead he said to Song Jiang, Godfather, that person surnamed Lu is already seriously ill. He doesn't have long to live. Letting him die won't make you truly happy. Song Jiang thought about it carefully and nodded. He rubbed his chin and said to Sheng Kai, Continue. I've already read the information you gave me. This person surnamed Lu has a total of 3 sons and all of them are rebellious. However, these 3 sons are that person's flesh and blood. If we really want to make him feel bad, we have to start with his 3 sons. That's right. Song Jiang praised. Okay, you're very thoughtful. Back then, that scumbag made me suffer so much that the descendants of the Song family couldn't return to their roots. Now I want to let him have a taste of the same thing. It's easy to say, but what about doing it? Song Buji looked at Sheng Kai with a mocking smile. Of his 3 sons, one likes to gamble, one likes to fool around with scoundrels, and the other likes to play with women all day long. They're full of flaws. It's very easy to set them up to commit crimes. Did Xiaoji teach you that? Because in Song Buji's heart, the men of the Xing family, especially this man, were completely useless. Xiaoji is very smart, Sheng Kai replied. His attitude was equivalent to telling Song Jiang that he was easy to control, especially by women. After Song Jiang heard this, a different expression appeared on his face. Speaking of which, Xiaoji is alone in Jianchuan. She's quite lonely. Call her over to help you and end this person as soon as possible. Of course, in 2 days I have to visit Lu. After so many years, I have to tell him that the Song family isn't extinct. Also, Buji, what about what I asked you to do? Don't worry about me. When the time comes, I'll naturally give you a satisfactory answer. Song Buji was very confident. Once some chess games started, there was no turning back. It all depended on when the thorn in old Master Lin's heart would flare up. It was only after the candlelight dinner that Mu Qiqi found out from Xing Xiao that the man who was causing trouble behind the scenes was Song Buji. After hearing Xing Xiao's words, she almost jumped up. What does he want to do? There's no hatred between the Lu family and the Song family. Why is he harassing old Master Lin? Xing Xiao knew her temper, so he pressed her down and hugged her again. He's not going for the Lu family, he's going for you. After listening to Xing Xiao's reminder, Mu Qiqi thought about it for a few seconds and finally figured out the crux of it. Because I was hiding and not giving him a chance to hurt me, so he turned his attention to the people around me, right? If Qianqian really breaks up with Lin because of this, Shi Muan and Lin Shi and Mu Shi, I will do Shi and Lin Xiao Qian Xiao Mu. If Xiao didn't about her and Xiao but Lin Qian. Half to him. Xiao said. Mu. Xing Xiao ignored her strange guess. I've already asked Vice President Qin to go to London to investigate the origins of the cufflinks. She'll give me a reply in 2 days at most. After hearing Xing Xiao's words, Mu Qiqi quickly wrapped her arms around his neck and flattered him. Master Xiao, you're really far-sighted. You've even thought of this. Xing Xiao looked at her with a teasing expression. So, can you get off my leg? I'm much heavier now. How can this Song Buji compare to you? It's not a man's business. Mu Qiqi commented as she got down from his lap. She did not notice Xing Xiao's comment on her weight. Instead, she sat down beside him. I don't have many people around me. This time it's Qianqian. What about next time? Feng Xianxian was protected by Tang Yen, so Song Buji did not want to trouble her. In that case, there was another person by her side that was easy to deal with, and that was Su Zipei. Mu Qiqi's expression changed at that thought, and her gaze on Xing Xiao sharpened. It seemed like Xing Xiao knew what she was thinking. That bastard dares to touch my aunt. I'll make sure he can't have sex for the rest of his life. How are you going to make him impotent? The scalpel that mommy gave me is very sharp. With a raise of my hand, I guarantee that he... Xing Xiao pinched her face. You've seen a lot of men's important parts, haven't you? Those are all corpses. Who would be in the mood to pay attention to that? Mu Qiqi quickly explained. Don't worry, they're not as majestic as you. By the second half of his sentence, Xianxia's face had completely darkened. If she was not pregnant, he would really want to press her on the bed and spank her until her butt was red and swollen. Master Xiao, when Xianxian's matter is over, I'll go out as usual. I won't hide at home anymore. I already feel very guilty for implicating Xianxian and Muqiqi. If I drag my aunt down too, I'll be very sad. My safety can't be exchanged for other people's happiness or safety. It won't be easy to resolve this matter. Old Master Lin was too suspicious. Moreover, he did not think highly of Lu Qianqian. However, if Lin Mu and was determined, it would have nothing to do with Old Master Lin. The key was that Old Master Lin had already reconciled with Lu Qianqian, but now Song Buozhi had ruined the trust between the two of them. If Song Buozhi wants to put on an act, he has many ways to do so. It's impossible to guard against him. But Qianqian and Lin Mu are getting engaged at the beginning of next month. Now I can understand why that scumbag Song would think of such a method. He has indeed abused me. Xianxia tilted his head to look at her and gave her a hug. Muqiqi threw herself into the hug, feeling uncomfortable. If Qianqian and Lin Mu can't be happy because of me, I won't be at ease for the rest of my life. Xianxia knew that this little thing had always valued friendship. She would rather suffer herself than implicate others. Now that Song Buozhi had seized the little thing's personality and abused her with all his might, it was indeed unexpected. Go tell Lu Qianqian. If I were her, I wouldn't want to be kept in the dark because we all hate deception and betrayal the most. After hearing Xianxiao's words, Muqiqi nodded. Master Xiao, I understand. On the path of life, Master Xiao was her lighthouse. Many of the concepts of right and wrong were taught to her by this man, and she had never seen a man more meticulous than Xianxiao. Thinking of this, she hugged him even tighter. Master Xiao, do you know? It's because I care too much about you that I'm worried about myself and the baby. If I were alone, I wouldn't be able to hide at home and not go out. I'm afraid that you'll be worried, sad, and lonely in the future. I can't be by your side. That day won't come, Xianxiao said directly. Chapter 894. Xianxiao did not answer. Because deep in his heart, if this little thing really disappeared from this world, he would not be able to continue living. If his soul was taken away, was there any meaning in living? Oh, don't worry. Whether we live or die, we will be together. Muqiqi seemed to understand the meaning behind Xianxiao's words. She said, I'm very selfish towards you. I don't want other women to appear by your side. You are mine alone. Me too. Xianxiao looked at Muqiqi seriously. Then I'll go and meet Qianqian tomorrow. I don't want to wait until things get out of hand. Muqiqi said firmly to Xianxiao. Xianxiao did not say anything. He carried her back to the room. The two of them lay naked in the bathtub. Xianxiao subconsciously touched Muqiqi's belly. It's still early. Xianxiao still touched it gently. It was as if at this moment he could feel the word, bloodline. This was his child, the fruit of him and the little thing. Muqiqi slowly fell asleep in that gentle caress. The next morning, Muqiqi did not go to the Jianchuan branch office. Instead, she asked Su Che to send her to the Su family. Lu Qianqian was about to go out when she saw Muqiqi. She was surprised. Why are you here? It's still early in the morning. Can't I come to see the bride-to-be? Are you going to work now? Can you give me half an hour? I have something to tell you. Muqiqi held her hand. Not just half an hour. I can give you the whole day, pregnant woman. With that, Lu Qianqian pulled Muqiqi to the living room of the Lu family. Mama Lu panicked when she saw Muqiqi. She knew how happy her daughter had been recently. But what if Muqiqi brought bad news? What should she do? Lu Qianqian saw that the two of them were exchanging glances as if there was a secret. She smiled. Mommy, am I not your biological daughter? It is. Auntie, you should listen too. Muqiqi said to Mama Lu after sitting down on the sofa. All right. The three of them sat down in the living room. Lu Qianqian was surprised by Muqiqi's expression. Why do you look like this? What's wrong? Qianqian, I came to hurt you today. Muqiqi held Lu Qianqian's hand. Although I don't know if this is the right thing to do, I don't want to lie to you and our friendship. What is it? Tell me first, Lu Qianqian said anxiously. Old man Lin, I thought you and Song Buozhi were in a relationship. Under Lu Qianqian's shocked expression, Muqiqi told Lu Qianqian the whole story. Yesterday we found out that the person behind this was Song Buji. He targeted you to attack me. I implicated you in Lin Mu. Lu Qianqian lowered her head and thought for a while before realizing that she had been misunderstood by old Lin. Mama Lu also understood why old Lin reacted that way when he heard about the wedding date of the two children. Last night I couldn't sleep. I was really afraid of implicating you, so I came here today to tell you about it. I just hope that you'll be mentally prepared. We'll definitely fight back against Song Buji, and I'll definitely clarify things with old Lin. However, I feel very sorry for making you suffer such injustice. After Lu Qianqian heard this, she suddenly smiled and said to Muqiqi, his grandfather didn't trust me to begin with. Even if it wasn't for Song Buji's interference, he might suspect me because of other things in the future. Xiaoqi, this has nothing to do with you. Qianqian. Although I really hope to get his grandfather's approval and support, if there's a trace of reluctance, Lin Mu and I won't be happy. Actually, I want to thank you for letting me know his grandfather's true thoughts. Let that Song guy come. As long as Lin Mu and trusts me, it doesn't matter if others misunderstand. If he thinks that this can sow discord between us, then he's looking down on me too much. You and Master Xiao helped us a lot when my father passed away. Even now, Zhongting is supporting the Lu Corporation. I don't want to be a selfish person, so Xiaoqi, you don't have to be afraid. I didn't do it and I don't have to be afraid. At first, Mama Lu was worried that Lu Qianqian would break down after finding out about this. However, after hearing her words, Mama Lu was relieved. Qianqian, you've really grown up. It's nothing. I can still wait, Lu Qianqian said calmly. So, Xiaoqi, you really don't have to worry about facing that scumbag head-on. Muqiqi sighed and hugged Lu Qianqian tightly. The last thing I want is to see the people around me get hurt. Qianqian, you're so nice. Are you silly? We've been together for so many years. Who are you? Lu Qianqian smiled. Actually, you could have just told me about this over the phone. Why did you come all the way here? There's really no need. Don't tire the little baby in your stomach. If I don't tell you in person, I won't be able to sleep or eat in peace. You're just silly. After Lu Qianqian finished scolding her, she picked up another call and said to Muqiqi, let's go. I'll send you back. There's an important meeting at the Lu Corporation. It's on the way. Muqiqi did not expect Lu Qianqian to be so magnanimous. He did not blame her at all. However, just because others did not blame her did not mean that she was right. Song Buji, that scumbag. It was fine if he touched her, but if he touched the people around her, he would definitely regret hurting Qianqian today. Soon Lu Qianqian sent Muqiqi back to the Banyan courtyard. Then she went straight to the Lu Corporation. After the meeting, she called Lin Mu and at noon. Scumbag, why don't we cancel our engagement? When Lin Mu heard this, he was stunned. Why do you say that? Who told you what? So you do know that I didn't do anything and I'm not breaking up with you. Don't be nervous. I just feel that since your grandfather hasn't truly accepted me, I can continue to wait. Otherwise, even if we hold an engagement ceremony, I won't get the blessings I deserve, Lu Qianqian said seriously. In the morning, Qiqi came to apologize to me with her stomach propped up. She said that she had implicated me. I know her. She would rather get hurt than let the people around her be sad. I can't let her be sad too, can I? So, I've decided to cancel the engagement and wait for your grandfather to fully accept me. What do you think? Although it was said that Song Buji was behind it, this truly showed how little trust old Master Lin had in Lu Qianqian. Actually, they understood in their hearts. Even if it wasn't Song Buji, if there was something else in the future, he would still use it as a pretext to make Qianqian feel uncomfortable. Chapter 895. The old man will be back soon. I'll have a good talk with him. Little Chili, you're right. Marriage isn't about making do. I don't want you to suffer like this. Don't worry, I understand. After saying this, Lin Mu laughed in a low voice. Why are you laughing? Have you become stupid from the stimulation? No, I just feel that my little Chili is becoming more and more mature and steady. I'm not worthy of you. Are you as stupid as Qiqi? What's there to be worthy of? It's all because I love you. After saying the last three words, Lu Qianqian's face couldn't help but turn red. After Lin Mu heard this, he laughed even more. I'll work harder and be the man you can rely on. The two chatted for a while more before hanging up. However, after thinking for a moment, Lin moved and called the old man again. When are you returning to Jianchuan? I'll be there tonight, Old Master Lin replied. Be safe. Lin moved and didn't say that he would go home tonight because this matter was very complicated. When he saw the old man, he would make his attitude clear. Of course, fortunately, Vice President Qin had already obtained evidence from the business partner. Of course, she called Xianxia directly. Piao Xing, those two cufflinks were prepared by Song Buji. He deliberately arranged the whole show. Do you have evidence? I have a recording, Vice President Qin replied. I'll send it to you first. Send it directly to Lu Qianxian and Lin Moon. They already know about this, Xianxia answered as he held his phone. Okay. Vice President Qin hung up and sent the recording to Lu Qianxian. After Lu Qianxian heard it, she asked her assistant to translate it. Only then did she know what Vice President Qin had been doing abroad. It turned out that she had gone to get evidence under Xing Zhao's orders. Although this evidence couldn't completely prove her innocence, at the very least she had to let Old Master Lin know that the cufflinks were a trap in itself. Lu Qianxian also sent a copy of the recording to Lin Moon. After listening to it, Lin Moon said, "That's great." He had originally planned to go home at night and have a good talk with the old man as a man. Now that he had evidence, it was even more perfect. Old Master Lin ended his trip to Luohai and arrived at the airport. This time he was afraid that he would meet Song Buji or the Song family again. Because he didn't know who to trust now. The seed of doubt had already sprouted in the depths of his heart. Fortunately, it was quiet along the way. It was 9 o'clock in the evening when he returned to Jianchuan. When he entered the house, the butler said to him, "Sir, young master is waiting for you in the living room." Young master? Old Master Lin took off his coat and entered the living room. When he saw Lin Moon sitting on the sofa, he frowned slightly. "Shouldn't you be at the police academy?" "I applied for leave." Lin Moon looked up at the old man. "I just said that you're sensible and now you're breaking the rules? Do you think the police academy is a place you can enter and leave whenever you want?" "Grandpa, you know why I came back." Lin Moon put his palms together and placed them on the bridge of his nose. "Xianxian told me today that she wants to cancel the engagement. How can such a big event be cancelled just like that? Is this child's play to you?" "It's precisely because it's not child's play that we have to be careful. Even if Grandpa can hide his suspicions about her and watch us get engaged, she doesn't want our marriage to not receive the true blessings of the elders." After Old Master Lin heard this, he frowned and stared at Lin Moon. After a long while, he asked, "Do you trust her that much?" "I trust her," Lin Moon said firmly as he looked at Old Master Lin. "You're at the police academy and she's in the world of women. Why do you trust her?" Old Master Lin asked again. "Yes, I do suspect that she's in contact with other men. After all, Grandpa, I should have known that you didn't truly accept Xianxian from the bottom of your heart. Even if it wasn't for someone else today, you would have made things difficult for her because of something else in the future. Forget it, let's not make things difficult for each other." Lin Moon truly understood what Old Master Lin was thinking. Originally, Xianxian thought that you were very happy to accept her, but now it seems that you're still very far from that step. Since you've been tired for a few days, have a good rest today. I'll go back to the police academy first. After saying that, Lin Moon got up from the sofa. However, Old Master Lin stopped him. "Have you ever thought that I'm so worried because of you? I'm just afraid that you'll be deceived. After I, Lin Moon, left the Lin family, I was alone and had nothing. What could she lie to me about?" Lin Moon turned around and asked Old Master Lin. "Grandpa, the human heart is made of flesh. Originally, I came to clarify the matter of the cufflinks with you, but I feel that you don't respect Xianxian from the bottom of your heart, so I won't do anything unnecessary. Take care." After saying that, Lin Moon walked forward without any intention of turning back. Old Master Lin sat on the sofa uncomfortably. When did he ever want to be so domineering? However, he only had one grandson, Lin Moon, and forget it. If one day this brat was really deceived, he would have asked for it. After Lin Moon left the Lin family, he immediately returned to the police academy. However, on the way he called Lu Qianxian. "Everything has been settled. You're not angry with your grandfather, are you?" Silly Pepper, he doesn't even believe you and you're still worried for him. He only has you as his grandson, and outsiders have all kinds of ways to make him misunderstand. Isn't it normal for him to be worried? Xianxia said understandingly. Think about it. If your daughter is deceived in the future, what will you do? Break that man's legs. Lin Mu, and give us more time. Also, that Song guy made me suffer such injustice. I just want to smash his head. When Lin Mu heard this, he had an idea. He had been secretly set up by that Song guy before, but now they were all on guard. If that scumbag wanted to cause any more news, he would definitely help him. Was the Lin family easy to bully? However, to everyone's surprise, Old Master Lin called Mama Lu that night. The engagement ceremony will be held as usual. Mama Lu was very puzzled. What was this old man thinking? However, he only replied, "You believe in your daughter and I believe in my grandson." Since the matter had been exposed, there was nothing to worry about. Mama Lu asked Xianxia what she thought. What do you think? Chapter 896. Then let's hold it as usual. Xianxia nodded. Xianxia, think it through. I've thought it through. Xianxia smiled at Mama Lu. Mommy, Grandpa Lin is also trying to trust me. I can't let him down. Alright then. Mama Lu agreed and said a few more words to Old Master Lin before hanging up. What Old Master Lin means is that your engagement ceremony has to be a big one. Invite all the rich families in Jianchuan. Then, I'll have to trouble you, Mommy. Mama Lu looked at her daughter gently. Her heart ached for her. What's there to be troubled about? This is a major event in your life. Even if Mommy is busy, I'm willing. Thank you, Mommy. Xianxia reached out and hugged Mama Lu. Things had returned to the starting point, but everyone knew that Song Buji was in the middle. This man had pretended to be intimate with Xianxia and almost lured them into a trap. If it weren't for Vice President Qin's timely discovery, perhaps Old Master Lin would have continued to be deceived, and the others would have been confused. Mu Qiqi then learned that Xianxia and Lin Mu were going to hold their engagement ceremony as usual. However, this time, everyone had a tacit understanding that Song Buji wouldn't fall for it. Luohai Airport. Sheng Kai was at the airport to pick her up. When he saw Song Qiaoji appear at the exit, he immediately went up to her, hugged her waist and took her suitcase. Thank you for your hard work. Didn't Dad want me to stay in Jianchuan to restrain you? Why did he agree to let me come over? Don't worry about the specific reason. The danger of dying has been resolved. With that, Sheng Kai opened the car door for Song Qiaoji. On the way back to the hotel, Sheng Kai explained why Song Jiang had asked her to come over. Kai, you're actually very smart. Since I've left the Xing family, I have to find my own way out, Sheng Kai said seriously. Tonight, I've already dug a hole for the eldest young master of the Lu family. It's very easy to call the police. Are you sure? Don't worry, Sheng Kai replied. The Shen family wouldn't be able to interfere if they didn't deal with Lu directly. Moreover, the three sons of the surnamed Lu were all scum. It was only a matter of time before they were dealt with. The father and son of the Song family were waiting to watch the good show that Sheng Kai had arranged. Otherwise, when they went to the hospital to visit their old friends tomorrow, they would not have any gifts to present because Song Buji was about to return to Jianchuan. After all, the Lu and Lin families had already announced that they were about to get married. Even so, he still believed that Old Master Lin's suspicions had not been dispelled. Of course, it was also good that they were engaged. At that time, he could send a big gift to the newlyweds. In the afternoon at the hospital, Shen Jianchuan and Old Master Shen stayed in the ward all day to prevent the Song family from taking advantage of the situation. However, they could guard against the Song family, but they could not guard against the Lu family. Where did you go? You're only back now? Old Master Shen had originally asked Shen Jianchuan to get the food, but Shen Jianchuan was nowhere to be seen. The eldest son of the Lu family came to ask Mr. Lu for money again. I stopped him outside the hospital. He's really nothing. Old Master Shen said this angrily and turned to look at the old man who was breathing in oxygen on the bed. I don't think the Song family needs to put in any effort. The Song family's efforts naturally won't be spent on Mr. Lu, Shen Jianchuan said with a hidden meaning. After all, those three children are too easy to use. Then we'll keep it a secret. Dad, if something really happens to those 3 children, Mr. Lu will regret it. Old man Shen could only sigh deeply. Even though the 2 of them had personally stood guard here, they were not members of the Lu family, and they were not people that old man Lu cared about. I hope the Song family still has a trace of conscience. What was conscience? The Song family did not know about this because that night, eldest young Master Lu, who had just asked for money during the day, was detained by the police for gathering a crowd to gamble. Because it involved a large amount of money, and because he had organized a minor to be involved, just these 2 points were enough for him to be severely punished. After Mama Lu found out, she immediately ran over to contact her ex-husband. However, when she reached the entrance of the hospital, she was stopped by Shen Jianchuan. Uncle Lu is critically ill. Even if it's a death, I hope Madam will show mercy. Mama Lu glared at Shen Jianchuan and pointed at him. My son has already been arrested. I don't care if he's critically ill or not. If he can think of a way to get my son out, then it'll be easy. If he can't, I'll come to the hospital every day to cause trouble. Sister-in-law, you 2 used to be a loving couple, old Master Shen said, unable to bear it. Why do you have to force him into a corner? You soldiers don't know my pain. He owes me. Even if I have 10 lifetimes, I won't be able to repay him. Dad, Madam and I will go and see if we can bail him out first. Shen Jianchuan stood in front of the 2 of them and said. Go ahead. Old Master Shen could not be bothered to pester Mama Lu. Mama Lu snorted. She knew that old Master Shen's status was not low, so she left the hospital with Shen Jianchuan. Then the Song family officially appeared. The nurse came to inform old Master Shen. Old Master Lu has a visitor. It's his 2nd son. Should we let him come up? They're all born enemies. Old Master Shen sighed helplessly. Let him come up. In fact, the 2nd young master of the Lu family was only being manipulated by the Song family to lure old Master Shen out. When old Master Shen heard that the 2nd young master of the Lu family had caused trouble at the entrance of the hospital, he could only follow him down to deal with it. The bodyguards also followed. Then the Song family came to old Master Lu's ward without any obstruction. Song Jiang adjusted his suit jacket and then sat in front of old Master Lu's bed. Chief Lu, do you still remember me? I'm Song Jiang. The old man wearing the oxygen mask immediately reacted, but he could not move. Don't worry, I won't do anything to you. I came here today mainly to let you know that I'm still alive. Since we've known each other for a while, of course I have to come and see how you're doing. I didn't expect you to be so miserable in your later years. How disappointing. Don't worry, I won't take revenge on you because your sons are paying off your debts for you. Your eldest son has already been detained because he gathered a crowd to gamble last night. After that, he will be in prison for 3 years. Your 2nd son bumped into someone downstairs just now. I think he will probably face a lawsuit. Your youngest son. At this point, Song Jiang laughed. Guess will something happen to him if he plays with women? After the old man on the bed heard this, he began to struggle. His eyes widened. His heartbeat quickened. His breathing also became very rapid. Chapter 897. Song Jiang was overjoyed to see his enemy living such a miserable life. So before he left, he said, the consequence of causing other people's family to be ruined is that your own family will be ruined as well. Don't worry, there is still the Shen family to accompany you. With that, Song Jiang left the ward with the Song family's son and daughter. Song Buji was cold-blooded enough. There was no expression on his face. On the other hand, Song Qiaoji felt that this father and son were really crazy. They did not even let go of such a weak old man. Soon, the bodyguards of the Shen family came back, but the nurses found that the old man was in critical condition and immediately sent him to the emergency room. Old Master Shen took care of 2nd young Master Lu's matter and dragged him back to the ward. When he found that Master Lu was in the middle of emergency treatment, he was also stunned. Weren't you guarding here just now? I thought old Shen needed protection, so I followed him. In the future, without my orders, you will guard this door. Don't let anyone in, understand? The bodyguard nodded seriously. This mess of the Lu family is really troublesome. Grandpa Shen turned around and looked at the 2nd young master of the Lu family. If it was his child, he would have kicked him to death long ago so that he would not be left alive to harm others. After half a day, Shen Jianchuan returned to the hospital. Then he said to old Master Shen, "There's no way to get bail pending trial. The Song family did it. After all, we're in someone else's territory. We don't have the right to speak." She's already like this, but the Song family still doesn't plan to let her go. Old Master Shen sighed. And she has 3 sons like this. How can she not get sick? Dad, I have an idea now. Bring Elder Lu back to Jianchuan to recuperate. At least he can keep his life. When he's awake, we can deal with the matters of our sons. What do you think? That's the only thing we can do now. At least in Jianchuan, the Song family wouldn't dare to be so arrogant. Grandpa Shen sneered. You will arrange the specific schedule. Don't let anyone know, especially his sons. Don't worry about that. On the other side, Song Jiang felt that he had gotten his revenge and was in a good mood. Even the way he looked at Xing Kai softened a lot, even though he was usually very kind in front of Xing Kai. Kai, you did well this time. In the future, follow me and do a good job. I'm just taking advantage of Qiao Ji, Xing Kai said. It's all Qiao Ji's plan. That's enough. You two are one, so there's no need to differentiate between you and me. Find some time to hold the wedding so that I can have a grandson sooner. It was obvious that Song Jiang was very happy. So Xing Kai's freedom and power would increase accordingly. When Song Buji saw this, he could not help but sneer. Old Song, you have to understand that I'm your biological son. He's a member of the Xing family. Godfather, you gave me a new life. You are my second parent. Xing Kai retorted calmly. I'm only where I am now because Godfather took care of me. Moreover, I have Qiaoji now. I'm satisfied. Well said. Song Jiang laughed happily. With you guys helping me, I'll definitely get twice the result with half the effort. However, under the cover of the night, the Shin family had already brought Elder Lu to Jianchuan. It wasn't easy for him to save his life. When Elder Lu woke up, he wanted to go home to save his son, but old Master Shen stopped him. Take care of your body first before you go back to save them. Otherwise, the 4 of you will be finished. With old Master Shen's words, the old man finally calmed down. Because he remembered Song Jiang's proud tone. He would not let Song Jiang get what he wanted. In the wee hours of the morning, the plane landed in Jianchuan. Then Xing Xiao sent a car to pick them up, keeping a low profile as much as possible. Mu Qiqi only saw Xing Xiao return home in the middle of the night. Her eyes were sleepy. Where did you go? To pick up Dad and Grandpa. Xing Xiao returned to the bedside, hugged Mu Qiqi and coaxed her. Go to sleep. Mu Qiqi was only half awake. After being coaxed by Xing Xiao, she fell asleep again. It was not until she woke up in the morning that she remembered that her man had gone out last night. So she quickly found the man who was changing his clothes, hugged his waist and asked, "What happened?" After some effort, Xing Xiao told Mu Qiqi what had happened. In short, the Song family had fanned the flames for their so-called hatred. Under the banner of revenge, they were punishing what they thought was a criminal. This Elder Lu used to be Grandpa's boss. After he retired, his life was miserable. Because his 3 sons were disappointing and his ex-wife was stirring up trouble, this old man had several heart surgeries. One unfilial descendant is enough of a headache. 3. Mu Qiqi felt her scalp tingle when she thought about it. The Song family used these 3 people to create trouble, so Grandpa and Dad simply brought them back. Mu Qiqi nodded. She felt that the Song family was really shameless. Song Jiang was completely distorting the truth, and his son was so annoying that she wanted to vomit. That's good too. Dad and Grandpa must have their own considerations. However, this family is so arrogant. Are we really not going to deal with them? Mu Qiqi was a little angry. Thinking about Xianxia makes me very angry. Who said we're not going to deal with them? Xing Xiao lowered his head and looked at her indifferently. When Lu Qianxian got engaged, do you think Song Buji would be able to endure it? A shameless person is invincible. Mu Qiqi snorted. Xing Xiao looked down and realized that she was not even wearing shoes, so he carried her and placed her on the sofa. I think you're the invincible one. Is it difficult for you to get out of bed and put on shoes? Mu Qiqi looked down and quickly shook her head. It's not difficult. It's just that the weather is getting hotter and hotter. It's cooler to step like this. So you can go barefoot? Xing Xiao looked at her dangerously. It won't happen again. I promise. Xing Xiao did not say anything else. He just squatted down and slowly put on Muchichi's slippers. Muchichi paused and quickly said, "I'll know how to wear them in the future." "Don't do this." "What do I do? Put on shoes for you?" The man did not think much of it. He did not feel that there was anything taboo about putting on shoes for his wife. "Yes, my man will do great things." Taking advantage of his half-squatting state, Muchichi quickly wrapped her arms around his neck. "Don't think so much about it." Xianxia stood up and went out. "Pack up. Are we still going to the branch office?" "Master Xiao, I think we can lure the snake out of its hole at Xianxian's engagement party and teach Wuxia a lesson. I've never hated a man so much. He's so annoying." Xianxia walked in front. He really didn't want to listen to her chattering. However, it was necessary to teach him a lesson. Chapter 898. The Song family found out that Elder Lu was missing the next night. Song Jiang really did not expect that the Xin family would actually take him away without a sound. It seems like they don't even want to care about their son. Song Jiang smashed his cup, his heart filled with anger. "Xin family, good job. Godfather, there's no need to be angry. Even if this Lu guy hides for a while, he won't be able to hide for a lifetime. Sooner or later he'll have to come out and face it." Shen Kai quickly tried to persuade him. "After all, there's no cure for his illness. I want to make him suffer. He's just hidden by the Shen family, but that doesn't mean he doesn't suffer. I want to see him suffer." Song Jiang had never shown his anger in front of Shen Kai. This person was good at disguising his emotions and had always greeted people with a smile. But this time he was really angry. "I didn't do my job well. Please punish me, Godfather." Shen Kai pulled Song Jiang's rationality back. He took a deep breath and calmed himself down. "This has nothing to do with you. The Shen family is too cunning. Even I didn't expect them to hide him. You and Xiaoji continue to set up a trap and let the Lu family cause a ruckus. I want to see how long that Lu guy can endure." "Got it, Godfather. We'll return to Jianchuan tomorrow," Song Jiang said to Song Buji. Song Buji sat at the side. From beginning to end he did not say a word. It was as if he was watching a show. He had long said that Shen Kai did not know how to do things, but this old man did not listen. He continued to believe that one day this old man would be betrayed by Shen Kai. Late at night, Jianchuan was sultry. Muchichi was wearing a white cotton dress. She held hands with Xing Xiao and went to the Shen family's house. Now, Elder Lu was placed in the Shen family's courtyard. The family doctor was always there. Muchichi wanted to see this old man. She heard that he had saved old Master Shen's life. Because he was seriously ill, the oxygen mask could not be removed from his body. Therefore, when Muchichi saw the old man, he was lying on the bed and could not move. "Why are you here?" Shin Jianchuan was guarding Elder Lu's room. When he saw his daughter and son-in-law, he quickly got up. "Come and take a look." Muchichi pointed at the old man in the room. "How is he now?" "My body has just stabilized, but I'm still worried about my 3 sons, so I'm not in a good mood," Shin Jianchuan replied. "You're pregnant, so don't go to places with a strong smell of medicine. I've also heard about what happened to the 3 young masters of the Lu family." The old man was completely dragged down by his own son. Muchichi entered Elder Lu's room without hesitation and sat down beside his bed. "Grandpa Lu, I'm the granddaughter of the Shin family." When Shin Jianchuan saw that Muchichi and Elder Lu were chatting, he looked a little helpless. Xing Xiao, on the other hand, was used to the little one's nosy personality, so he did not mind at all. He said, "Dad, let's go out and have a chat?" Shin Jianchuan nodded. "Let's go." Now the Song family was still expanding their targets, including the Lu family and the Lin family. Xing Xiao would not sit idly by when it concerned the Shin family. Should we think of a way to lure him into the trap?" Shin Jianchuan understood what Xing Xiao meant. If they continued to sit back and wait for death, they would only implicate more and more people. "Song Buji is threatening Qi. I won't let him stay in Jianchuan." "What do you want to do?" Shin Jianchuan asked Xing Xiao. "I have a plan. It'll take a long time, but I'll have the right to speak." "Go ahead." The 2 men discussed the plan to deal with the Song family outside the door, while Muchichi chatted with Elder Lu in the room, although he could only answer with a few words. "Elder Lu, it's not that I want to criticize you, but your 3 sons have been spoiled by you. Think about it. They ask you for things endlessly. You can't protect them forever, can you? Instead of doing that, it's better to open up. This way they know that they don't have a backer and won't be so unscrupulous. In this life, other than life and death, what other important things can there be? Elder Lu was wearing an oxygen mask, so he couldn't see the little girl clearly. However, he could feel that she was full of wisdom and magnanimity. A moment later, Xianxia entered the room and pulled the little thing. Have you had enough chicken soup? Elder Lu wants to rest. What chicken soup? Which part of what I said wasn't true? Muqiqi turned around and glared at Xianxia. Don't you have to enlighten people often? Otherwise they'll be bored. Come over tomorrow if you have time. Xianxia dragged her away. After you got pregnant, your mouth became even more talkative. If you don't like it, then ignore me. Muqiqi pursed her lips, her face full of unhappiness. What were you talking about with Dad outside just now? Why did it take so long? We were discussing why your words are getting more and more frequent. Alright, I know you guys are definitely discussing how to deal with the Song family. Muqiqi looked at the man beside her disdainfully. Master Xiao, I don't have any other requests. I only have one thing. Don't implicate Xianxian and Lin Mu. I don't want to implicate them. Xianxia brought Muqiqi back to the Banyan courtyard. I'll personally go to the Lin family tomorrow. You're going to persuade old Master Lin? He's a stubborn old man. He won't listen to you. Not necessarily. Xianxia interrupted Muqiqi with just 2 words. Muqiqi leaned into his arms and thought for a while. In the end, she still believed in this man. However, he had to appear for everything. Muqiqi felt that the meaning of her existence was only to cause trouble. She felt very guilty. Because of me, you have to run around every day and show up everywhere. I feel that I've committed a great crime. Why didn't you have this kind of awareness when you had a crush on me? Xianxia hugged her and prepared to rest. Don't you know how to say something nice? I've never found it troublesome. Xianxia paused for a while before he spoke. Sometimes I think you're a chatterbox and sometimes I think you're a troublemaker. However, I've never felt impatient. After Muqiqi heard this, she felt satisfied. I have a lot of things I want to do for you. Enough. If you give birth to the baby safely, I'll consider you a great hero. Xianxia hugged her with one hand and looked at the documents with the other. Go to sleep. If we continue chatting, we won't be able to finish reading these. After Muqiqi heard this, she quickly closed her eyes. How did she meet such a wise and mighty man? When Muqiqi fell asleep, there was a smile on her lips. The next day, Xianxia asked Su Che to hand over a visitation card to old Master Lin. There were some things that he felt that it was necessary to personally appear. The 2 of them agreed to have tea in the Lin family's courtyard in the afternoon. Chapter 899. Xianxia did not come alone. He brought Vice President Qin, the Vice President of the Lu Corporation, along with Lu Qianqian's assistant. It was only noon, but Lu Qianqian did not suspect where the 2 of them were going. Then Xianxia brought the 3 of them to the Lin family. When old Master Lin saw Xianxia, for some reason he felt a sense of awe in his heart. He was an old man, but he actually felt awe for a young man. President Xing, why did you come to my Lin family? It's because of Lu Qianqian. Xianxia sat down on the chair that old Master Lin had arranged for him. His gaze fell directly on old Master Lin. He said straightforwardly, this matter started because of Song Buji. I think I have to explain it clearly. I didn't expect Lu Qianqian to be able to get President Xing to be her lobbyist. Old Master Lin smiled meaningfully. Of course I'm not here for Lu Qianqian. No one can ask me to be a lobbyist. I just want to tell you the truth. After all, this matter started because of the Shin family. We don't want to implicate others. As for whether old Master Lin believes me or not, we'll talk about it after you see the evidence I sent. When he had a big argument with Lin Mu-un, the old man had heard him say that he wanted to resolve the misunderstanding between him and Lu Qianqian. However, because he was disappointed, Lin Mu-un did not produce any evidence. You're suspicious of Lu Qianqian because of Song Buji's pretense and because of that cufflink. Vice President Qin, tell old Master Lin what you found in London. Xianxia tilted his head slightly and instructed Vice President Qin. Vice President Qin received the order and explained to old Master Lin. He took out the English recording. At that time, CEO Lu and I went to London to discuss the cooperation. After the discussion, the partner gave CEO Lu the cufflink and told her that it was designed by their company. Moreover, there were only 2 of them in the world. At that time, we didn't know that this cufflink would cause such a big commotion. Later, President Xing asked me to go to London to investigate. Only then did we find out that these 2 cufflinks were deliberately given to that partner by Song Buji to create an unclear relationship between CEO Lu and Song Buji. This is the recording of that partner. Mr. Lin, you can check it out. There's really no relationship between President Lu and Song Buji. After Old Master Lin heard Vice President Qin's explanation and saw the recording, he felt a little more at ease. However, that was not all Xianxia brought. Because he was looking at Lu Xianxian's little assistant again. Hello, Old Lin. I'm President Lu's assistant. Ever since President Lu became the chairman of the Lu Corporation, I've been by her side. These are all her itineraries these days. She never knew anyone from the Yashang group. The first time I met this man was the last time I met him. Boss Lu went up the mountain to look for a raw material supplier. Because this man surnamed Song is a friend of the raw material merchant, he agreed to give Chief Lu a chance. However, Chief Lu rejected him on the spot because she doesn't know who this man is. The little assistant told Old Lin about Lu Xianxian's whereabouts in great detail, afraid that Old Lin would not believe her. Chief Lu and young Master Lin have a really good relationship. Moreover, she's busy until late at night every day. It's impossible for there to be anyone else. Old Lin, please believe in Chief Lu. Old Lin suddenly did not know what to say. So many people had come to prove Lu Xianxian's innocence. Even Xianxia the great Buddha had come. Of course, other than these things, Xianxia still had his final trump card. This is Song Buji's itinerary for the past 6 months. It turns out that before he returned to China, he never knew Lu Xianxian. Why do you have? Grandpa Lin was shocked when he saw what Xianxia had taken out. Old Lin, this is not within the scope of today's discussion. Xianxia refused to answer Old Lin's question. If I were you, I would stand firmly on my grandson's side. You probably don't know, but there's an agreement between your grandson and me. I funded him to finish the police academy and he repaid me with what he wanted. During the time he left the Lin family, he didn't rely on the Lin family to live. Even though he was penniless, he didn't ask the Lu family or Lu Xianxian for a single cent. He didn't take advantage of her because he knew that he was a man. And you, as a grandfather, don't believe in his taste in women. In other words, you're indirectly questioning his pride as a man. He's not a child. He has the ability to judge. He can clearly know whether his lover is loyal to him or not. Do you think a person who can endure hardship in the police academy is still the rich young master in your heart? Old Lin, since you can already accept Lu Xianxian's past, why don't you be more magnanimous and believe in her character? After hearing Xianxiao's words, Old Lin fell into deep thought and was speechless for a long time. Even an outsider could see through his grandson so thoroughly, but he couldn't. It was true that the onlooker saw the game more clearly. I still say the same thing. I'm not here for Lu Xianxian. The Song family is coming aggressively and wants to drag the Lu and Lin families down with them. The Xin family doesn't want to hurt the innocent, so I have to clarify this matter. Whether you believe it or not, it's up to you. After saying that, Xianxia gestured for the little assistant and Vice President Qin to leave all the evidence to Old Lin. I've already said what I need to say. Sorry for disturbing you. After saying that, Xianxia was about to get up, but he was stopped by Old Lin. Zhou Xian, can you tell me more about the days when that rascal Mu and left the Lin family? I think it's more meaningful to let your grandson tell you this personally. After saying that, Xianxia left with the others because he firmly believed that Old Lin still had some place in his heart. He had already thrown the evidence in Old Lin's face, so Old Lin would never doubt Lu Xianxian again. Zhou Xian, then we'll go back to Lu Corporation first. After walking out of the Lin family's door, Vice President Qin immediately said to Xianxia, this man was too powerful. Even if she looked at him directly, she felt that it was blasphemy. Don't let Lu Xianxian find out. Thank you for your hard work. After saying that, Xianxia stepped into his Bentley, while Vice President Qin and Lu Xianxian's little assistant sighed. Oh my God, this is the legendary domineering Xiu. Vice President Qin patted his head. Wake up. Did you see the assistant beside Zhou Xian? He kicked you and sent you flying. As expected, the assistant beside the domineering CEO is also extraordinary. Chapter 900. Old Lin thought about it for a whole day. Faced with the evidence that Xianxia had sent him, he really could not think of any reason to doubt Lu Qianqian. What was even more tragic was that he felt sorry for Lin Mu and his grandson from the bottom of his heart. Although he did not want to admit it, he believed Lu Qianqian the moment Xianxia appeared because he trusted Xingzhao's judgment. Thinking about the engagement ceremony that the young couple was about to hold, Old Master Lin felt that it was time for him to express his attitude. However, ever since Lin Mu had gone home that night to talk to the old man, he hadn't returned home. The old man had no choice but to go to the police academy to see his grandson in person. Lin Mu learned from Lu Qianqian that the engagement was not cancelled, but for some reason he was unwilling to see his grandfather until old Lin personally went to the police academy. The instructor called him out of the training course. Lin Mu, step out. Someone is looking for you at the school gate. Report back in 20 minutes. Lin Mu, dressed in his military uniform, trotted to the school gate with a puzzled look on his face. He saw Old Master Lin sitting on a stone bench under a big tree. Lin Mu was a little surprised. This was the first time Old Master Lin had seen Lin Mu like this. Wrapped in his military uniform, he seemed to be in high spirits and looked extraordinarily valiant. What happened? Since you don't know how to come back to see this old bag of bones, of course I can only come personally. Old Master Lin snorted. You're already so old, yet you don't know how to give Grandpa a way out. Grandpa, I really don't object to your relationship with Lu Qianqian. You don't have to treat me like an enemy every time you see me. I won't hurt you no matter what. The old master said earnestly, when I saw you in the police academy in the past, I thought you were just fooling around. Now it looks like you're right. Grandpa, do you mean that you trust Qianqian? You have to thank Xingzhao for bringing that girl back for dinner this weekend. Don't you want the guest list anymore? Old Master Lin looked at his grandson and snorted. Don't worry, I won't do anything to her anymore. Lin Mu was stunned for a moment. He felt that this happiness had come too suddenly. All right, go back to class. I'm going back. Thank you, Grandpa. Old Master Lin had a look of disdain on his face, but the corners of his lips could not help but curl up. Sometimes as an elder he might really be too meddlesome. In the future he should just let go. Lin Mu looked at Old Master Lin's retreating figure and felt that it was real. Moreover, the old man wanted him to thank Xingzhao. It seemed that there was really nothing in this world that Xingzhao could not do. At night Lin Mu told Lu Qianqian about this over the phone. Lu Qianqian was naturally very happy. She called Mu Qiqi and told her that the internal conflict had been resolved. It was all thanks to Xingda's efforts. Mu Qiqi glanced at the man who was sitting at the side drying his hair. After putting down her phone, she suddenly sat over and wrapped her arms around the man's waist. Master Xiao, you're so great. Xiao Xiao and Xingzhao and to him. Master of to say. Xiao is of to. Xing Li do Xiao for him. Cao him of to of Mu of. I don't know who it was, but I suspected that the old man wouldn't listen to me. Who was it? Mu Qiqi raised her head and looked for that person. She stood up, took the hairdryer from Xingzhao's hand, and helped him tidy his soft black hair. The internal conflict has been resolved, but Song Buji will definitely play tricks again. As long as old man Lin doesn't suspect Qianqian, everything will be easy, Mu Qiqi quickly replied. Xingzhao nodded and put away the hairdryer. He prepared to get up and go to the study. You sleep first. I've been sleeping first recently. It's been a long time since I've slept with you at the same time. Not at the same time. Xingzhao turned around and pinched her chin. Is it a ghost who sleeps with you at night? You're so light, just like a ghost. However, just as Mu Qiqi finished speaking, Xingzhao's kiss came. Mu Qiqi immediately closed her eyes and enjoyed this rare moment of intimacy. Xingzhao looked at her teasingly. Do you like me kissing you that much? It's been a long time since we found out that I'm pregnant. That won't do. Xingzhao whispered in her ear. Otherwise, if there's a reaction later, I won't be able to take responsibility. Mu Qiqi was angry. Was it fun to tease her? Go to sleep. I'll turn off the lights. Ever since the Lin and Lu families announced their engagement, there had been a lot of discussion about the two families. After all, although both families had good backgrounds, Lu Qianqian's miscarriage still made others have a lot of complaints about this bride-to-be. After Song Buji returned to Jianchuan, he heard a lot of news about the marriage between the two families. He was a little impressed by old Master Lin. He was still able to become in-laws with the Lu family despite being in such an uncomfortable mood. Was he really not curious about whether Lu Qianqian had found another man outside? However, he was not in a hurry. This was good because he could give Lu Qianqian a huge gift at the engagement ceremony. Also, he heard that Mu Qiqi had left the mountain. It seemed that he had to think of a way to meet this little bride of the Xing family and see if she was as smart and cunning as the rumors said. 5 days later, Lu Qianqian and Lin Mu had confirmed the guest list and booked the hotel where the engagement ceremony would be held. Then the two of them went to confirm the dress. They had agreed to confirm it before, but there was a small incident in the middle, so the time was changed. However, this time Lin Mu was not free. The night before, Lu Qianqian called Mu Qiqi. Are you interested in accompanying me to try on the dress? Lin Mu has class and doesn't have time to accompany me. Of course. I can, Mu Qiqi replied. Tell me the time and address. Su Che will send me there directly tomorrow. Xiaoqi, it won't be unsafe, right? If anything happens to you because you want to accompany me to try on the gift, I can't afford it. There's nothing unsafe about it. I'm not afraid now, Mu Qiqi answered firmly. Mu Qiqi's tone was firm. She did not want to implicate anyone else and she did not want to hide anymore. Then we'll meet at the wedding dress shop tomorrow morning. After saying that, Lu Qianqian hung up and sent the address to Mu Qiqi. When Mu Qiqi received the address, she actually had a doubt in her heart. Would Song Buji also create a chance encounter tomorrow? Chapter 901. Song Buji had indeed found out about Lu Qianqian's schedule tomorrow from the Lu Corporation's spy. That person was by Lu Qianqian's little assistant's side. Of course, this was a great opportunity to pretend. However, he did not know that he would receive Mu Qiqi's surprise tomorrow. The next morning, Mu Qiqi prepared to go out. Last night, they had already agreed to have Su Che send her to the wedding dress shop and have the bodyguards follow her. However, when she went out, Mu Qiqi saw that Xianxia was also in the back seat. Aren't you busy? Scope. Xianxia could not be bothered with her and said directly to Su Che. Mu Qiqi pursed her lips and did not say anything. Halfway through, she asked Xianxia, "Are you afraid that I won't be able to handle Song Buji?" Not really. Xing Zhao's gaze fell on the document in his hand. He knew very well what kind of person this little one was. She was definitely not the type to be at a disadvantage when she went out. Then you want to go out with me? Mu Qiqi blinked and smiled sweetly. Xing Zhao glared at her. Don't flatter yourself. It's on the way. Mu Qiqi stopped smiling and pushed the man's hand away. Then don't hug me. Soon, the two of them arrived at the entrance of the wedding dress shop. Mu Qiqi immediately saw Lu Qianqian's car. She had arrived long ago. It seemed that she was really going to be a bride. She couldn't wait. Then Su Che opened the door and Mu Qiqi got out of the car. Unexpectedly, a blue Maybach stopped at the corner not far away and saw the scene. Was this the legendary Mu Qiqi? Song Buji was interested. Mu Qiqi's emotions were very sensitive. After getting out of the car, she felt that someone was staring at her. Therefore, when she entered the wedding dress shop, she looked around to make sure that there were no suspicious people before pushing the door open and entering. Qiqi, you're here. Lu Qianqian was holding the engagement dress in her hands. When she saw Mu Qiqi, she immediately got up from the sofa. A person who is going to be a bride is indeed full of smiles. Hurry up and go to the fitting room. I'm waiting to see. Mu Qiqi pushed Lu Qianqian. However, before Lu Qianqian entered the fitting room, she remembered something and asked Lu Qianqian, "When you came up, did you feel that someone was staring at you?" Lu Qianqian shook her head. "What did you find?" Lu Qianqian shook her head. "What did you find?" Lu Qianqian carried the dress into the fitting room while Mu Qiqi wandered around the wedding dress shop. However, she was not looking at the wedding dress. Instead, she looked through the floor-to-ceiling glass to see if there was anything unusual downstairs. Perhaps it was an occupational disease that made her develop a habit of observation and also cultivated her sensitivity. Other than a blue Maybach Xianxian there. Soon Lu Xianxian walked out of the changing room in a lilac embroidered gown. Whether it engagement or marriage, every day. Qiu Hua Yu family Jiang Qian. Qian Chichi's Qian's Wan. Moreover, Mu Chichi never knew that Lu Qianxian had such a good figure. She was curvaceous, and her legs were long and slender under her mermaid gown. The gown was flown in from France. Mr. Lin personally ordered it. The main color is white with a touch of lavender. The off-shoulder design and the lantern sleeves were also modified by Mr. Lin. It's really beautiful. I wonder if Miss Lu is satisfied with it? The manager kept talking about Lin Mu. Of course, Lu Qianxian was satisfied. Chichi, what do you think? Do you even need to say that? Mu Chichi glared at her. Just the name Lin Mu, and is already very good, isn't it? I really envy you. I really want to wear it again. Lu Qianxian's cheeks were red. The moment she put on the gown, she felt real. She was really going to get engaged to Lin Mu. I'm just checking to see if there's anything you're not satisfied with, or if there's anything that doesn't fit you and needs to be modified. Lu Qianxian shook her head and looked at herself in the mirror. I like it very much. That's it. There's also a set of formal attire for the toast. Ms. Lu, please try it on. Lu Qianxian nodded and carefully admired herself in front of the mirror. Then she was pulled to the floor-to-ceiling glass by Mu Chichi. Do you recognize that blue Maybach? Lu Qianxian frowned when she saw it. Of course, she had seen it before. She had seen it when she went up the mountain to look for the raw materials dealer. It's the car of that man surnamed Song, Lu Qianxian replied. As expected, go in and continue trying it on. Don't worry about it. Just wait and watch the show. In order not to let Song Buji find out, Mu Chichi pushed Lu Qianxian into the changing room and waited for Lu Qianxian to finish trying on the toast dress as if nothing had happened. Of course, the toast dress was a long beige dress with a light pink silk thread embroidered with a magnolia pattern. It was very unique. Lu Qianxian was also very satisfied with this set. After trying on the dress, the two sisters walked out of the wedding dress shop arm in arm. Song Buji watched as the two of them drove away. At that moment he pushed the door open and got out of the car. He entered the wedding dress shop that the two of them had just entered. At that moment, Lu Qianxian's dress was still hanging in the most eye-catching position. The store manager had not had time to put it away. Sir, may I ask if you need anything? I want to choose a dress for my girlfriend. Song Buji sat on the sofa and pointed casually. This one's not bad. I'm sorry. This was custom-made by the customer. I can recommend something else for you. The store manager glanced at Lu Qianxian's dress and turned to answer Song Buji. What if I say that the girl who just came in to try on the dress is my girlfriend? Song Buji's words were a little lazy. The store manager's expression was a little ugly, because the store manager knew that the groom's surname was Lin. Could this man be that woman's lover? The store manager had never encountered such a situation before. For a moment he really didn't know how to deal with it. At that moment, Lu Qianxian and Mu Chichi actually turned around and pushed the door open to enter the wedding dress shop. When the store manager saw this, his expression became even more complicated. Was this an appointment to meet with her lover? Song Buji wasn't afraid of being exposed at all. He just got up from the sofa and said to Lu Qianxian, "What a coincidence. What a coincidence." Lu Qianxian answered Song Buji directly. I just want to ask Mr. Song, when did I become your girlfriend? Don't you think your behavior is a little perverted? When the store manager heard this, he slowly heaved a sigh of relief. So it wasn't a lover. I'm just here to look at the wedding dress. How could I have anything to do with a pervert? I was just joking. Miss Lu, why are you so serious? Song Buji didn't think much of it. Could it be that this wedding dress shop belongs to your Lu Corporation? I don't know what your motive is and I don't know what you want. My fiancé and I have a very good relationship. It's not something you can sow discord between us. Also, even if you really hurt me, I won't blame Xiao Qi. Chapter 902. Mr. Song, you don't have to play word games here. You're the president of the Yashang Group after all. Even if you don't care about your own face, you have to care about the face of others. You're a dignified president. Don't you think it's embarrassing to follow behind us little women all day? Mu Qiqi took the opportunity to continue Song Buji's words. You say you're not a pervert, but your words are full of ambiguity with others. Why would a girl want to get involved with you? You're not a pervert. You just don't know your limits. Of course, if you insist on saying that my Xianxia has a deep relationship with you, there's nothing wrong with that. Other people's lovers either have sports cars or real estate. What did you give my Xianxia? There's no need for me to point it out. Everyone knows what the Song family is up to. If you want revenge, you have to do something else. You should look for us. Every debt has its debtor. This is what a person should know. Those who bite people on the streets are mad dogs. Song Buji looked at Mu Qiqi. This little bride really didn't give him any face. All sorts of unpleasant words were spouted out of their mouths. Compared to her, Lu Qianxian was naturally not on the same level. Does old Master Lin think so too? Song Buji bypassed Mu Qiqi and asked Lu Qianxian. What does old Master Lin think? Do you want to try? Mu Qiqi narrowed her eyes slightly and continued the topic. That's right. I'm a medical student. How could I have forgotten how powerful genes are? 25 years ago, the Song family was able to betray their own country. The younger generation of the Song family naturally won't let go. Of course, I don't want to be disrespectful to the dead, but I really can't help it when I see you, Ho Song. If you're a man, then do what a man should do. Conquer others in the business world and I'll be convinced. But the truth is, you're doing something that only a vicious female supporting character would do. It's so infuriating. I really look down on you. Song Buji frowned slightly. It seemed that he really had no chance of winning when it came to arguing. This little bride's words were sharp and he really couldn't find any way to counterattack. Qianxian, let's go. Is it really okay for you to provoke him like this? Lu Qianxian was a little worried. Xiaoqi was pregnant now and couldn't withstand any torment. I just want to divert his attention to me. I don't want to drag you and Lin Muan down. Mu Qiqi leaned on Lu Qianxian's shoulder and said, however, this man may look frivolous, but he is actually very shrewd. Why do you say that? If he's really a frivolous man, he would have jumped up a long time ago after hearing my provocation. Do you think he can still maintain his noble image? This proves that he's not as easy to deal with as he seems. Mu Qiqi concluded. Get in the car, bride-to-be. Let's see what else he's up to. Lu Qianxian frowned as she looked up at the wedding dress shop. In the end, she sighed in her heart. Xiaoqi was really not afraid of trouble. Don't be so unscrupulous just because you have Xingda's CEO to spoil you. He agreed. Mu Qiqi leaned against the back seat and answered innocently. Otherwise, do you think I would really dare? I'm not afraid of this Song guy. I'm more afraid that Master Xiao will be angry. When has Xiao Xing ever been angry with you? That was true. Mu Qiqi was satisfied when she thought about it. Song Buji sat in the wedding dress shop for a long time. He felt that this little bride had attracted his attention. As expected, she did not disappoint him. Xing Zhao's woman was indeed extraordinary. But did he let the Lu and Lin families off just because of this? No. At 9 o'clock in the evening, Xianxia returned home from Zhongting. He saw the little thing sitting on a chair listening to prenatal education music. She seemed to be in a good mood. I saw that Song guy today. He's indeed very angry. Mu Qiqi could not help but put down her earphones when she saw the man sitting beside her. But he's done a good job in the Yashang group. Xianxia did not intend to underestimate his enemy. Perhaps he's just creating such an image in front of us. When all of us let down our guard, he'll reveal his true colors. Does the Song family really think that what their family did 25 years ago was right? Don't you think you're asking too much? Xianxia asked her in return. If the Song family really had a sense of right and wrong, they wouldn't have worked so hard for more than 20 years just to come back for revenge. That's right. Our family is gone. What if it were you? I'll live a good life myself. I'll live with an apology. There's no need for revenge. I asked for it, Mu Qiqi answered without thinking. Xianxia smiled faintly. Actually, there was no need for him to ask because this thing had always been possessed by a sense of justice. If a person couldn't tell right from wrong and didn't know whether they were loyal or not, then they weren't on the same path as her. Perhaps this was the realization that she was about to become a forensic doctor. Time to take a shower. Xianxia got up from the sofa and patted her face. Muqiqi let go of the pillow and followed behind Xianxia. The next morning, Muqiqi had just woken up when she received a call from Shen Jianchuan. Xiaoqi, I'm going to Luohai again in the next few days. If you have time, go home and chat with Grandpa. Shen Jianchuan was afraid that old Master Shen would have other thoughts because of Elder Lu. Is it so serious that you need to clean up the mess? Muqiqi could not help but be a little worried. It's Grandpa Lu's sons, right? One gambled, one fought, and one was even more exaggerated. He played with some big shots woman and almost had his right hand chopped off. They're already the scum of society. Will you be able to save them if you go over? It's Sheng Kai who's fanning the flames behind the scenes. I still have to do what I have to do. The person Shen Jianchuan really wanted to save this time was Sheng Kai. Muqiqi did not say much. She thought about it carefully and nodded. The Song family's matter has already implicated too many innocent people. But be careful. Don't worry. As long as the two of you are fine, I have nothing to worry about. Muqiqi understood in her heart. Was the Song family taking revenge now? They were just piling up hatred everywhere and their real plan had yet to begin. Thinking about the people behind Songjiang and the storm in a few years, if Songjiang really succeeded, that would be the day of suffering for the Xing family and the Shen family. Hearing Shen Jianchuan's words, Muqiqi was no longer sleepy, so she got up and wanted to go to the branch office to help as soon as possible. She did not know what she could do for her family. Chapter 903. After arriving at the branch office, there was a new case. Professor Tang was too busy to deal with it, so he quickly pulled Muqiqi over. Hurry up and help. This time Tang Yan will be busy for a long time. What's going on? More than 10 corpses were dug out from a cesspool in the suburbs of Jianchuan. Judging from the degree of decay, the farthest corpse was from 3 years ago. In the past 2 months, the chief has given the order to solve the case within a time limit. We don't have enough manpower now. Hurry up and come help. The professor explained as he walked. Cesspool. Muqiqi had a bad feeling. Sure enough, before she even entered the morgue, the smell almost made her vomit. She's really pregnant. Professor Tang was a little helpless and quickly prepared a mask for her to remove the smell. For such a case, the entire special investigations team was busy. For an entire week, senior brother Long and old Qing slept on the floor of the police station. Muqiqi also became busy. Fortunately, nothing else happened during this week. There seemed to be no movement from Song Buji's side. It seemed like he was preparing the ultimate gift package. When faced with such a case, Muqiqi originally wanted to follow them out into the field. However, when Xianxia asked her to come over as an assistant, he had given her a strict order that she was not allowed to go out into the field. Therefore, Muqiqi could only stay in the morgue and observe the corpses over and over again. Such a big murder case was naturally on Jianchuan's social news. Song Buji never read these things, but when he heard that this case was taken over by the special investigations team that Muqiqi was in, he subconsciously picked up the newspaper and started reading. He was very interested. Wouldn't the little bride be afraid when she saw these things? Because of this curiosity, Song Buji deliberately passed by the Jianchuan branch office several times when he was returning home from Yashang Group. However, he did not see Muqiqi because Muqiqi would not come out once she went into the forensics laboratory, except when Fifth Aunt came to deliver her food. Even he found it unbelievable that he was spying on Muqiqi like this. Could it be that he had really coveted Xing Zhao's woman after just 1 or 2 short meetings? In Song Buji's opinion, he naturally did not distinguish between good and evil. In his worldview, they would always have different standpoints. As for his father's revenge plan to his grandparents whom he had never met, there was no familial love at all. However, he felt that this game was very fun and wanted to continue playing. Especially after coming to Jianchuan and getting to know Xianxia and Muqiqi. How interesting was this couple? To him, Muqiqi had subverted his understanding of women. He felt that it was a very good feeling. Sometimes he could not help but think, why don't I snatch this little bride and make her my woman? However, Muqiqi was already pregnant with Xing Zhao's child. Thinking of that, he felt that it was a pity. At the very least, his interest in Muqiqi told him that he did not like Muqiqi enough to accept her dying for someone else or bearing a child. However, making games was not a bad choice. In a few days, it would be Lu Xianxian and Lin Mu An's engagement ceremony. Thinking about it, Lu Xianxian was really monotonous and boring. He was not as likable as Muqiqi. However, he would still deliver the gift on time. It was another day without any progress. The professor looked at the corpse helplessly. He looked at Muqiqi even more helplessly. It's already been a week. The bureau chief wants to solve the case in 10 days. Isn't this a joke? Because of the large number of corpses and the fact that they had been dug up by passers-by, the news spread like wildfire. Professor, believe in Captain Tang. He will definitely be able to solve the case within the time limit. After Muqiqi said that, she looked at the time. It's almost time for me to leave. Qiqi, actually, you should develop in the criminal investigation field instead of being a forensic doctor. It's a waste of your talent to be a forensic doctor. Professor Tang acknowledged Muqiqi's observation skills and meticulous mind. She was not inferior to Tang Yen, who had been a police officer for many years. There's no difference. After saying that, Muqiqi got up from her chair. I'm going home first. Go. Professor Tang continued to sigh at the corpse. At this moment, Tang Yen saw Muqiqi walk to the door and said to her, "Pay attention to a blue Maybach for the next few days. I don't know if it's coming for you. I've found it at the door a few times." It's coming for me. Muqiqi smiled. However, it's not a big problem. Captain Tang, go back to your work. Go home and accompany Xianxia sooner or later. She's a little unwell today. If you go home early, accompany her for me. No problem. Now that Muqiqi's ban had been lifted, she no longer needed to worry about her safety, so she made an okay gesture at Tang Yen. Then she turned her head and saw her family's black Bentley parked under a big tree. Xianxia had been very busy recently. Sometimes he would arrive at the entrance of the branch office at 9 o'clock in the evening. Muqiqi welcomed the man with a smile. However, before she got into the car, she had to take off her coat. She was pregnant now, so it was not appropriate for her to use any perfume, so the smell on her body was very strong. However, Xianxia was already used to it and did not care. Xiao, Captain Tang reminded me just now that I've been seeing a blue Maybach at the entrance of the branch office for the past few days. Is it here to harass you? No, I don't come out at all. Muqiqi shook her head and explained, I think, based on the other party's personality, it shouldn't be to this extent. Xianxia rubbed Muqiqi's head. He actually did not show any intention of interfering with her freedom. Actually, there was really nothing to worry about. There was someone to pick her up in the morning and evening, and Fifth Aunt would deliver her lunch at noon. Even if someone wanted to look for Muqiqi, there was still Captain Tang and the police officers. Dad has been in Luohai for a week. Is there any news? On the way back, Muqiqi could not help but ask Xianxia about Shen Jianchuan's movements. Worried. After a long time, I'm worried. Muqiqi deliberately sat in the corner. She did not want her man to be infected with those strange smells. Sit over here. No, it's very smelly. Muqiqi frowned in disgust. Do you think you won't stink if you sit far away? Xianxia reached out and Muqiqi fell into his arms. Muqiqi could smell the fragrance on Xianxiao's body, but Xianxiao's colleagues could also smell the extreme stench on her body. Looks like I have to get the people in the scientific research department to develop a perfume that pregnant women can use to get rid of the stench of corpses. Don't make things difficult for the people in the scientific research department. Muqiqi quickly interrupted him. I'm not always pregnant. Besides, to be honest, I can't really smell it myself. The professor specially made a mask for me. He's already giving me special treatment. Chapter 904. Lu Qianxian and Lin Mu An's engagement banquet was organized by Mama Lu. Lin Mu An's aunt had also contributed a little. According to Old Master Lin's intentions, he wanted to hold a grand banquet for the young couple. Even though the threat of Songbuji was still there and that thorn in his heart was still there, Old Master Lin knew very well that he should trust his grandson. July was a hot time. Lu Qianxian's engagement party was arranged on the lawn by the sea. Although it was a little rushed, the venue was quickly set up because they were all wealthy families and the Lu family was willing to spend money. At this time, There were only 2 days left before Lu Qianqian's engagement banquet. Mu Qiqi rested at home as she had arranged. Remembering that Lu Qianqian only had mother and daughter at home, Mu Qiqi called her in the afternoon to ask if she needed any help. Now that Lu Qianqian had Vice President Qin as her capable assistant, she had already freed up her time to get off work. She arrived home at 8:30 p.m. sharp. Sometimes she could skip work to do something she wanted to do. So for now she just had to wait to be a rookie. There was nothing she needed to do. Now I'll go to the wedding dress shop to try on the dress. The store manager called me and asked me to confirm it. If there's a problem with the size, we can still change it. Lu Qianqian answered Mu Qiqi over the phone with a smile on her face. Wasn't it good after the test that day? Thanks to meeting Song Buji that day, Mu Qiqi didn't have a good impression of that place. Are you going alone today? Don't worry, I'm just going to give it a try and go home. Mu, and will meet me directly from the police academy. You don't have to worry. Lu Qianqian laughed at Mu Qiqi for being too cautious. So just stay at home. It's late at night. I can't let you go out. The baby in your stomach needs to rest. Since Lin Mu and was here, she didn't say anything. You're about to get engaged. You have to pay more attention to yourself. Got it. Muan will be back tonight. He won't leave until the engagement party is over. You should be relieved now, right? With a man around, Mu Qiqi was naturally relieved. Then give it a try. Remember to call me if you need anything. Pregnant woman, you have a new name? Rumble. Mu Qiqi hung up the phone and frowned. Master Xiao also said that she was talkative. Could it be that she was really? Guy Xiao was flipping through some documents when he saw Mu Qiqi's frown. He teased, "Did you change your face just because you made a phone call?" "I'm reflecting on myself." "You're brave enough to admit your mistakes." Xiao withdrew his gaze and smiled faintly. "You won't change even if you die." Mu Qiqi was a little upset. Since when did she become so worrisome? At 7 o'clock in the evening, Lu Qianqian arrived at the entrance of the wedding dress shop. This was the time she had agreed with the store manager. Half an hour later, Lin Mu and came over from the police academy. However, she did not want Lin Mu and to see her in a wedding dress now. Although Lin Mu and had been involved in the design of the gown, Lin Mu and did not think much of it. She didn't know how he managed to achieve that by staying in the police academy. So when they arrived at the wedding dress shop, she told the store manager, "Hurry up and let me try it on." The store manager had already hung the wedding dress outside and then asked her assistant to take it down. "Help Miss Lu change." "Okay," the assistant answered with his head lowered. Lu Qianqian smiled the whole time and looked at the assistant. "Sorry to trouble you." The two of them entered the fitting room together. It was clearly very spacious, but Lu Qianqian felt very stuffy. So she smiled faintly and said, "The perfume in your fitting room is a little too strong." The assistant did not dare to look at Lu Qianqian. She only explained, "Because a customer brought a child here today and accidentally dirted the fitting room, the store manager had some perfume applied." "I see." Lu Qianqian looked at the mirror. Then she saw a double image in the mirror. "Is there a problem with this mirror?" "Huh. There's no problem." The assistant quickly explained. Lu Qianqian turned her head. Just as she was about to say something, she felt dizzy and soon fell to the ground. The assistant's heart raced. However, she had to do the job after receiving the money. So she immediately chose many tricky angles to make Lu Qianqian look like she was sleeping and resting. She was only wearing simple underwear and underwear. After taking the photo, the assistant immediately shouted at the store manager. "Store manager? Store manager? Miss Lu has fainted." When the store manager heard this, she immediately opened the door of the fitting room. When she saw Lu Qianqian sitting on a stool, she immediately covered her body with clothes. "Call the emergency number. If anything happens, we can't afford it." The assistant quickly nodded and walked out of the fitting room. She took out her phone and called the emergency number. The store manager helped Lu Qianqian put on her original clothes. Then the two of them helped Lu Qianqian to the sofa to rest. Unexpectedly, a few minutes later, Lu Qianqian woke up again. When the store manager saw this, she immediately heaved a sigh of relief. "Miss Lu, you scared me. Are you all right?" Lu Qianqian held her head and sat up. She felt that her head was a little heavy. The store manager quickly handed her some water. "Drink some." After a glass of warm water, Xianxia was completely awake. What happened? You fainted in the fitting room, the store manager explained. Are you too tired from work? Or are you already pregnant? Maybe I'm too tired from work, Xianxia replied. Xianxia replied. However, she was very puzzled because she had not been tired recently. Why would she faint for no reason? Also, the smell of perfume in your fitting room is too stuffy. If it's because of that, I'm really sorry. It's because a child dirtied it this afternoon, so I had no choice but to apply perfume. It was the same as the assistant's explanation. I might not be used to that smell. It's good that you're fine. The store manager poured water for Xianxia and asked the doctor who came over to examine her. After confirming that Xianxia was fine, she was finally relieved. I won't wear perfume like this again. Xianxia sat quietly on the sofa. Then the store manager picked up the dress again and said, let's try another one. When Lin Mu arrived at the wedding dress shop, Xianxia had already finished trying. Xianxia did not seem to care about the little episode just now. Why didn't you wait for me to come and try again? I'll let you see it now. There won't be any surprises on the day of the engagement, Xianxia explained with a smile. Lin Mu hugged her and kissed her forehead. All right, for the most beautiful you, I'm willing to wait. Chapter 905. No need. I'll pick it up myself, including my suit, Lin Mu said to the store manager. You just have to take care of it. Okay, Mr. Lin. Then the store manager sent the two of them out. However, when she turned to look at the assistant, who had a strange expression on her face, the store manager was a little puzzled. Why are you blushing? Store manager, I'm a little hot. The customers who come to our store to order dresses are all rich and powerful. You have to be careful in the future. Don't be as careless as you were today, understand? Miss Liu is a good person and doesn't care. If it were a customer who cares, you would have to bow and apologize, the store manager advised the assistant. I understand, store manager. How could she not feel guilty after doing something wrong? On the way back, Lin Mu drove while Xianxia sat in the front passenger seat and rubbed her eyebrows. When Lin Mu saw this, he immediately asked, What's wrong? Are you too tired from work? No, I fainted in the wedding dress shop just now. The smell of perfume inside was too suffocating. I woke up in a few minutes. Maybe I'm allergic to that smell. Xianxia quickly explained so that Lin Mu wouldn't worry. You've always been very healthy. Lin Mu had a doubt, but he didn't show it. Forget it. The store manager's service is very good. The doctors and nurses have also come over. I'm fine. Lin Mu saw Xianxia's smiling face and smiled too. Soon the two of them arrived at the Liu family's house. However, Lin Mu didn't seem to have any intention of staying at the Liu family's house for dinner. You're going back? Yes, Grandpa has something to do. I'll go back first. You and Mom have a good meal. I'll come over later. Lin Mu put his arm around Xianxia's neck and kissed her forehead. Xianxia's cheeks turned red and she pushed him away. Who asked you to come over and sleep? Then I'll stay at the Lin family's house. I'll leave the lights on for you until 11 p.m. With that, Xianxia entered the house. Lin Mu shook his head lovingly and opened the car door. However, he wasn't going to the Lin family's house. Grandpa Lin didn't look for him for no reason. The reason he wanted to find an excuse was to return to the wedding dress shop and find the real reason why Xianxia fainted. Not to mention Xianxia's health. When was she allergic to perfume? Passed out for a few minutes? The more Lin Mu thought about it, the stranger he found it. After all, he had attended the police academy and had the consciousness of a criminal investigator. Just thinking about it made him suspicious. In 2 days, it would be his and Xianxia's engagement ceremony. He didn't want anything to happen again, especially to guard against the Song family. After arriving at the wedding dress shop, Lin Mu pushed the door open and entered. The store manager was a little surprised to see him. Mr. Lin, did you forget something? No, I want to see the fitting room where Xianxia fainted. Inside. The store manager immediately brought him there and explained, At that time I asked the assistant to help Miss Liu change into her gown. A few minutes later I heard the assistant's cry for help. When I went in, Miss Lu had already fainted. How many minutes? Can you tell me more about it? Lin Mu, and walked around the fitting room and confirmed with the store manager. About 5 to 6 minutes. How long does it usually take for a customer to change? 3 to 4 minutes at most. Some dresses are more complicated and may take more time, the store manager answered seriously after thinking for a while. Was there anything special when you found Xianxia fainting? She was sitting on a black stool in the fitting room. She was wearing underwear and the gown was at her feet. After that, I took some clothes to cover Miss Lu and asked the assistant to call the ambulance. Lin Mu, and carefully observed the fitting room and also looked at the bottle of perfume that was sprinkled in the fitting room. However, he had a few doubts in his heart, because he had asked the store manager to demonstrate Lu Qianqian's posture after she fainted. According to the position in the space, if Lu Qianqian wanted to faint, she couldn't have been sitting on a chair. The most likely possibility was that someone had moved her after she fainted. The store manager had said that the time it took for customers to change clothes varied. Logically speaking, Lu Qianqian's gown should have taken 3 minutes. Why did it take 6 minutes for her to faint in the fitting room? Mr. Lin, do you have any questions? Where's the assistant? Lin Muan asked again. She's off work, the store manager explained. Do you want me to get her back for you? There were many doubts and it seemed that more answers lay with the assistant. I'll wait here. Ask her to come back. Also, I might bring a few friends over. Store manager, it won't cause you any trouble, will it? No. Mr. Lin is our distinguished guest. We can't wait to welcome you. The store manager looked at Lin Mu, and then roughly knew that he was suspicious about Lu Qianqian's fainting in the afternoon. The store manager thought that regardless of whether there was a problem or not, it was always good to let him understand. It was better than being held accountable later. Therefore, she immediately called the assistant and asked her to come back because the store was a little busy now. Of course, she would not tell the assistant that she had asked her to come back because of this matter. What if this matter had something to do with the assistant? Then Lin Muan called Mu Qiqi. Xiaoqi, can I trouble you to come out for a while? What is it? You're a forensic doctor. You'll definitely be able to find the problem. I'm just being safe. After a few minutes, Lin Mu, and told Mu Qiqi about Lu Qianqian's fainting in the afternoon. After Mu Qiqi heard this, she immediately tilted her head to look at Xiao and asked, Can I go? Are you sure that perfume won't harm your body? Of course I'm sure. If there was really a problem with the perfume, how could others be fine after smelling it? Therefore, Mu Qiqi suspected that the problem was not with the perfume. I'll go get the car. Xiao got up from the sofa. Soon the two of them arrived at the wedding dress shop. When the store manager saw the person who came in, her eyes widened. Xing. Hu and Jianchuan did not know this person? There's no need to be restrained. They just want to find out the truth, Xiao said calmly to the store manager. Okay, my assistant is already on the way. Please wait a moment. Mu Qiqi did not say anything and went straight to the changing room to look for Lin Muan. Seeing Lin Muan frowning and looking around, she felt that he looked a little like a police officer. As expected, I didn't go to the police academy for nothing. Don't laugh at me. Hurry up and take a look. I suspect that Qianqian was temporarily knocked out by someone, but I can't find what went wrong, Lin Muan quickly said to Mu Qiqi. Chapter 906. But it requires a large dose and it has to be taken orally to reach the peak concentration in the shortest time. If Qianqian was really drugged, she might have been tricked from the moment she went in or before, Mu Qiqi explained to Lin Muan. How long did it take for her to wake up? Hearing Mu Qiqi's question, the store manager quickly answered. After helping Miss Lu to the sofa, the assistant called the ambulance. After that, she and I took care of Miss Lu together. It should have taken 8 to 10 minutes. How did you take care of her? Because we didn't know what happened, we didn't dare to touch Miss Lu. The assistant took a towel and wiped Miss Lu's face. Not long after, Miss Lu opened her eyes. Then she drank a glass of water and was completely awake. The store manager carefully recalled the details of taking care of Lu Qianqian. I have nothing else to ask. I'm just waiting for the assistant to come. Mu Qiqi carefully checked the changing room and did not find anything suspicious. Because under the cover of the perfume there was a stench of feces. The store manager explained that it was because a child had dirted it. It was not difficult to understand. Is there anything suspicious? Lin moved and stared at Mu Qiqi carefully. Did you miss anything? Call Xianxia and ask her to take off all the clothes she wore today and put them aside. Don't touch them. Although he did not know Mu Qiqi's intention, Lin moved and immediately called Lu Qianxian. Outside the changing room, Xianxia sat on the sofa and looked at the woman in the changing room. His eyes were very deep and no one knew what he was thinking. Soon the assistant ran in. When she saw Xianxia sitting on the sofa, her eyes widened. Not only that, she also saw Lin Mu and Mu Qiqi in the changing room. Store manager. Didn't you say that the store was busy? Xiao He, Mr. Lin wants to know the reason why Miss Lu fainted. So he may need your cooperation. Tell him what happened after you and Miss Lu entered the changing room. The store manager pulled her in front of Mu Qiqi and Lin Mu. When Mu Qiqi saw the assistant, she could feel that she was very nervous. But it was normal. Miss Lu arrived at 7 o'clock sharp. After she came in, she said that she wanted to try on the gown. The store manager was afraid that she might not be able to handle the details on her own, so she asked me to go in and help her. After we went in, she said that our changing room was a little stuffy. I explained the reason and she soon fainted. She didn't even have time to put on her gown, the assistant quickly explained. He fainted a few minutes after entering. There were a few places in the gown that required the zipper and ribbon to be unfastened. So, after we went in about 2 minutes later, she told me that there were double images in the mirror and she fainted. The assistant scratched her head as she tried to recall. And then, what did you do? Miss Lu fainted on the ground. I immediately called the store manager and helped Miss Lu to the chair. I was about to help her put her clothes back on when the store manager came in. After hearing that, Mu Qiqi and Lin Mu looked at each other. It seemed that all the suspicions had been answered. In that case, there seemed to be nothing suspicious about this little assistant. However, both Lin Mu and Mu Qiqi knew very well that Lu Qianxian's fainting was not a coincidence. Why did you wipe Qianxian's face with a towel? I saw that Miss Lu was sweating. I was afraid that she would feel uncomfortable, so I wiped her face. The store manager also knows about it. The store manager nodded. Mr. Lin, that's indeed the case. After asking the store manager and the little assistant, Mu Qiqi looked at Lin Mu and then could not help but smile. Maybe you're really being paranoid. I hope so. Lin Mu took a deep breath. He felt a little uneasy. When the three of them came out of the wedding dress shop, he asked Mu Qiqi, "Is it possible to knock out a person within 2 minutes? As I said before, it needs to be of a high concentration. Moreover, it needs to be taken orally or injected directly. If it's just mixed with perfume or some kind of shoulder padding drug, the effect of the drug will enter through the nose or skin contact. It will be very slow. It will take at least 15 minutes. It seems that it really has nothing to do with the wedding dress shop." Just as the two of them were feeling sleepy, Xianxia, who was standing by the car door, suddenly said, "Lu Corporation should get rid of the mole." What? You only considered the situation where she was drugged when she entered the wedding dress shop. What if she had already been drugged when she left the company? It shouldn't be difficult to calculate when the drug will take effect and reach its peak based on the drug's medicinal properties and the time it takes for the drug to take effect, right? Why would I say that there's a mole in the Lu Corporation? The last time I accompanied Xianxian here, Song Buji's appearance at this place on time is proof that there's a mole. Mu Qiqi immediately reacted. Then she expressed her admiration for Xianxia. Master Xiao, it's a pity that you're not a police officer. But what's the other party's goal? Fainting in the wedding dress shop and then what? There's a problem with that little assistant. Xianxia told the two of them again. Under normal circumstances, what's the usual reaction when someone faints? If I were in such a situation and this person fainted on her own and it had nothing to do with me, then from this moment on I wouldn't touch her. Or rather, I would try to wake her up, but it didn't work. Then the first thing I would do is call someone instead of moving her. Because no one knows what kind of responsibility they have to bear. Then what kind of situation would require moving her? The most likely reason is that she did something and needed to cover it up. She was afraid that others would see through it. If that's not the case, then the assistant's brain is broken. But I think the assistant is logical and organized. She's not an idiot. What Master Xiao means is that the mole and the little assistant in the wedding dress shop might be working together. Afraid that Lin Mu and did not understand the meaning of Xing Zhao's analysis, Mu Qiqi immediately explained. What exactly does the other party want from putting in so much effort? You haven't noticed one detail. It's a big loophole. It's just that you don't understand numbers, so you didn't notice it. The assistant said that Lu Qianxian fainted in 2 minutes and didn't even have time to put on her dress. However, the store manager said that they were in there for more than 5 minutes. So, what did the little assistant do in those 3 to 4 minutes? After Lin Muan heard this, he was instantly enlightened. I'll go back and look for her now. Chapter 907. If I'm not mistaken, Song Yunxian is planning to make a big move at your engagement ceremony. Xing Zhao's expression was calm from the beginning to the end. There was no trace of panic. Actually, it's easier this way. First, use the little assistant to find the mole in the Lu Corporation. Second, control the little assistant. When the time comes, she can be used as a witness to clarify. The more you fall into someone else's trap, the calmer you have to be. Because no matter how perfect a trap is, there will be loopholes. It's like a crime. After hearing this, Mu Qiqi and Lin Mu and felt that the man in front of them was really a god. Therefore they could not help but want to bow to him. It's getting late. Let's go home. Xing Xiao had not spoken so much in the past 3 days, so he was a little unhappy. Mu Qiqi looked at the man's attitude and gradually understood that Xianxian would be fine. Piao Xing, thank you for today. Before Lin Muan got into the car, he thanked Xing Xiao. This person's brain must have been made by God. Otherwise, how could a mortal be so perfect? Mu Qiqi waved at Lin Muan. After getting into the car, she was still thinking about it. Song Buji is really a person who will do anything. Under Song Zhang's influence, it's very difficult for him to be alone, Xing Xiao answered Mu Qiqi as he drove. It's easier to deal with him knowing that he's a scumbag. Master Xiao, do you know that your image in my heart has become even higher today? When have I not been higher? Xing Xiao was puzzled by this question. Mu Qiqi only felt that Xing Zhao's observation skills had reached the level of a god. Others had only improved, but he had directly evolved. Set up a trap tomorrow. We'll be able to find the mole in the Lu Corporation very soon. Understood. When Lin Mu and returned to the Lu family home, it was already 10:30 p.m. He paced back and forth outside for a long time. He was conflicted about whether he should explain this matter to the old man. If something unexpected happened at the engagement party, would the old man hate Xianxian? However, he also wanted to take a gamble. The old man said that he had completely accepted Lu Xianxian, but he still did not know how much trust he had. However, it did not feel appropriate to test his own family. After all, the old man was angry because he cared about him. Forget it, I don't want to think about this anymore. When Lu Qianxian opened the door, she saw Lin Mu, who was very conflicted. If you were any later, I wouldn't have left the lights on for you. Lu Qianxian pouted. What did Grandpa say to you? Is it? Before Lu Qianxian could finish, Lin Mu and pulled her into his arms and comforted her carefully. I may not have the power to protect you now, but I can give everything I have. What are you talking about? Did Grandpa scold you? Lin Mu and shook his head and took her hand back to their bedroom. I didn't hide what happened before from you. This time I won't hide it from you. With that, Lin Mu and told Lu Qianxian about what happened tonight. On the day of the engagement banquet, Song Buji might cause trouble, but Lu Qianxian only reacted after hearing that. What if that scumbag Song gave my nude photos to a customer that day? If your grandfather sees it, he'll definitely vomit blood. Lin Mu and rubbed Lu Qianxian's thin lips and couldn't help but laugh. Only I can see your nude photos, so don't worry. I'll arrange for it to be clarified. I'm afraid that your grandfather will be prejudiced against me again. He can understand if others frame you. Even so, I don't hate Qiqi and I won't vent my anger on her because I know that she doesn't want to implicate us, Lu Qianxian explained to Lin Muan. If you want to blame someone, blame that Song guy. He's too despicable and shameless. Yes, I don't blame him. Because Lin Mu and knew how good his Qianxian was. I definitely won't let anything happen to you. I'll do my best to protect you. So, in order to ensure the evidence, Let's go to the hospital for a checkup to see if you're really drugged, okay? Is it too late to go now? Xianxia was afraid that she had already excreted it. Chi said that it'll be effective for 48 hours. On the way back, Lin Mu and had already called a doctor he was familiar with and asked him to help arrange it. Then let's go now. Xianxia took off her pajamas and immediately changed into a set of clothes before going out with Lin Mu. The next morning, Lin Mu and went to the wedding dress shop again because he had an appointment to pick up the gown, but he was early. When the store manager saw him, she asked with concern, "Miss Lu, are you all right?" "She's fine. She's fine." Lin Mu and sat on the sofa and smiled at the store manager. "It's good. Where's your little assistant? Why don't I see her today?" After Lin Mu and got the gown, he looked around for the little assistant. "She's tidying up the warehouse. Do you want to see her, Mr. Lin?" The store manager asked. "I want to thank her in person for taking care of my fiancé. Then I'll call her out." The store manager's footsteps were very fast. In less than a minute, the cunning little assistant from yesterday walked in front of Lin Mu. "Mr. Lin, store manager, you go ahead. I'll have a few words with your little assistant." Lin Mu and took the opportunity to send the store manager away. "Right, you guys talk." How smart was the store manager? With just a glance, she saw through Lin Mu's intentions, so she immediately made room for the two of them to talk. However, this made the little assistant nervous again. "Well, Mr. Lin, about Miss Lu, we've already made it clear yesterday." "Made it clear?" Lin Mu and looked up at the little assistant who was standing straight and asked, "Then explain to me again." Xianxia said that she fainted in 2 minutes, but the store manager said that you were inside for 6 minutes. "Can you tell me what you were doing in the 4 minutes in between?" The little assistant's eyes widened when she heard this. Perhaps even she did not know that there would be such a loophole. The screenplay is not up to standard. The logic of the script does not match. Actually, you don't have to be nervous. I won't do anything to you because I know that you're innocent because we've already found the person behind this. Lin Mu and spread his hands. "Mr. Lin, so, are you going to help me or continue to help the person behind you?" Lin Mu and continued in a relaxed tone. "You can continue to pretend that you don't know anything, but you have to know what I do. I'm quite bold to commit a crime in front of the police. Besides, I just need to check your account and I'll probably be able to find out at a glance, right?" When she heard the word account, the little assistant's face suddenly turned pale. Chapter 908. Mr. Lin, I don't know anything. I'm just in charge of taking photos." The little assistant was obviously panicking. She quickly grabbed Lin Muan's arm and said, "I'm just getting paid to do my job." "What photos were taken?" Lin Mu and pushed her away and asked calmly. The little assistant was a little flustered and hesitant. She lowered her head and waited for a long time. "It seems that you're still not afraid enough." Lin Mu and didn't want to force the little assistant. "Show me now and I promise I won't do anything to you. But if you plan to continue resisting like this, I won't force you. But when I want to settle the score, don't blame me for being ruthless." The little assistant suddenly raised her head and waved her hand. "No, Mr. Lin. I'm sorry. I know I was wrong." With that, the little assistant immediately dug out the photos on her phone and handed them to Lin Mu. "These are the ones." Lin Mu and took the phone and flipped through it for about 2 minutes. There was unconcealable anger in his eyes. "Who did you send these to?" "Only one person. The person who asked me to buy the photos." The little assistant immediately explained in fear. "Mr. Lin, I'm sorry. I was out of my mind to do such a thing. I'm really sorry. Give me that person's contact information." Lin Mu and deleted the photos one by one and then used an authoritative tone. The little assistant's forehead was covered in cold sweat. She could only take back her phone and find that person's contact information. "This person came to me a few days ago and asked me for Miss Lu's schedule. He knew that Miss Lu would come to try on dresses yesterday, so he asked me to take photos of Miss Lu. I don't know what method he used to make Miss Lu faint. He just asked me to control the time. Other than asking me to take photos, he didn't care about anything else." Lin Mu and got this person's contact information. The corners of his mouth were already very cold. "Just pretend that you don't know anything. I didn't come to you and you didn't give him up. You should understand what I'm saying, right? Of course the little assistant understood. After all, she didn't want to get into trouble. She knew that she was already lucky today. If she had met someone like Xianxia, her whole family would probably have been lost. Don't worry, Mr. Lin. I won't tell anyone. I definitely won't. The little assistant shook her head like a rattle. You're doing this for money. I wonder how you feel when you need money. After saying that, Lin moved and left the wedding dress shop with the dress. Then he went to the hospital and got Lu Qianqian's examination report from last night. The report showed that there were traces of the sedative triazolam in Lu Qianqian's urine. As a man, how could he endure seeing his beloved being hurt like this? Lin Muan's expression was very ugly, but when he returned to the Lu family and saw Lu Qianqian baking cakes at home, his mood eased a little. Tomorrow was the engagement ceremony, but the photos had already been leaked. Even if they could be cleared up, he knew that the photos would definitely hurt Qianqian to a certain extent. This was unavoidable. What was the use of being her man? Lu Qianqian looked at Lin Mu and through the glass with a complicated expression. She put down her gloves and walked out. Did you find anything? Ask Vice President Qin to come over in the afternoon with the employee list and contact information. Lin Mu and put down the dress in his hand and hugged Lu Qianqian. Since you've found it, there's no need to be unhappy. Lu Qianqian comforted him and used her fingers to smooth his furrowed brows. In the afternoon, let's see who this person hiding in the Lu Corporation is. After Vice President Qin's comparison in the afternoon, they finally came to a conclusion. Lu Qianqian's secretary usually worked as Lu Qianqian's assistant's assistant. Actually, it wasn't difficult to guess. At the very least, this person had to be close to the higher-ups to know Lu Qianqian's schedule so well. In order to know the result earlier, Mu Qiqi asked Su Che to send her directly to the Lu family. Seeing Song Buji's series of tricks in the middle, she felt that it was ridiculous and helpless. I really didn't wrong him to say that he's so petty. I'm afraid he's a transsexual? How despicable does a man have to be to come up with such a trick? I really want to find someone to blind that piece of trash. Mu Qiqi couldn't control the anger in her heart when she thought about how those photos were in Song Buji's hands. The assistant in the wedding dress shop said that these photos were just taken from an angle. She didn't dare to go too far. This was also the reason why Lin Mu and could still comfort himself. I haven't exploded yet, but you guys exploded first. Lu Qianqian was calmer and calmer than before. It's time to make some preparations for tomorrow's engagement banquet. After Mu Qiqi calmed down, she looked at the two of them and said seriously, it's such a big scene tomorrow. All the big shots of Jianchuan are here. We have to think of a way to fight back. We can't let that Song guy bully us so easily. First of all, the media is not allowed to enter an interview tomorrow to ensure that the news doesn't leak out. Secondly, we have to take down this traitor today. It's best if we get him to reveal Song Buji behind the scenes. If he dares to act rashly tomorrow, we'll expose his perverted actions and let everyone in Jianchuan see what kind of person this CEO of Yashang Group is. I'm just afraid that this traitor won't betray Song Buji, Lin Muan said. If he doesn't betray us, can't we deliberately bite back? We'll throw out the evidence of him pretending to be ambiguous. Whether there's a confession from the traitor or not, it's all the same. Our focus is to protect Qianqian's reputation so that this dirty thing can't stick to us. Lu Qianqian looked at Mu Qiqi and knew that she was anxious and angry. Therefore she quickly comforted Mu Qiqi. Pregnant woman, stay calm. I'm calm enough. If it were in the past, I would have exploded long ago. No matter what, there are too many unstable factors tomorrow, but we have to do what we can first. Lin Mu, and your grandfather is what Qianqian cares about the most. Do you want to tell him in advance? You decide for yourself. Tomorrow, I will also come out to express the Shen family's attitude. I don't want the Song family to continue harassing my friends and family. After Lin Muan heard this, he nodded seriously. When I go back tonight, I'll inform the old man because we don't know how Song will appear. I've implicated you. Can you stop saying that? I'm willing to be implicated by you. Lu Qianqian couldn't help but hug her. As friends, there's no next life. If you were me, I believe you'd be the same. What else could Mu Qiqi say? Chapter 909. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Lu Xianxian and Lin Mu returned to the Lu Corporation together. Vice President Qin pretended as if nothing had happened and called Lu Xianxian's secretary into the president's office. Then Lu Xianxian asked Vice President Qin to close the office door. Seeing this, the secretary was a little nervous. "President, why did you call me in? How much did the Yashang Group pay you to betray me so easily?" Lu Xianxian leaned against the desk, crossed her arms and asked the short male secretary. "President, I know you're going to say that there's a misunderstanding." Lu Xianxian turned around, picked up her examination report from the table, and threw it to the secretary. "I've already asked my assistant. The glass of water I drank before I left yesterday was poured by you. Don't tell me that someone else intervened in the process." The secretary's expression was a little ugly, but his mental fortitude was not bad. He basically did not show any abnormalities. "President Lu, this is just your guess. Where's the evidence? Do you know Xiao He from the wedding dress shop? Do you think I found you because I guessed it?" Lu Qianqian raised her head and asked the honest-looking young man. "I went to London, I went to the wedding dress shop, and Song Buji was able to appear in my line of sight on time. Was it all thanks to your surveillance?" The secretary did not say anything. He lowered his head and no one knew what he was thinking. "You can continue to deny it. It doesn't matter. I can also choose to call the police and let the police investigate who gave me the sedative in my tea. You have to think carefully. If this matter is exposed, will you still be able to survive in Jianchuan in the future? I remember that I treated you well. Do you love money that much?" "Yes, I was the one who gave you the medicine, but it has nothing to do with the president of the Yashang Group." The secretary could not help but raise his head and answer impulsively. "Did I say it was the president of the Yashang Group? I only said it was the Yashang Group. Are you confessing?" Lu Qianqian caught the loophole in his words and immediately exposed him. "My father left early. It's not easy to support the Lu Corporation, but I know some tricks. Moreover, you can continue to bear it because you have to understand that Zhongting is behind the Lu Corporation." The secretary's psychological defense was obviously broken by Lu Qianqian. At this moment he was already sweating. "But just based on what you said just now, it's fine as long as you admit to drugging him. At least you're guilty of intentional injury." With that, Lu Qianqian took out her phone and called the police. "Boss Lu, I recorded it just now." Lu Qianqian shook the phone in her hand and continued to press it to her ear. "Hello, is this the police?" In an instant the secretary's legs went soft. She immediately begged Lu Qianqian. "So Lu, please don't call the police first. I'll tell you everything I know." When Lu Qianqian heard this, she lowered the phone from her ear. "You said it." Then she hung up and continued recording. The secretary had no choice but to explain the matter. "I really didn't know that the other party was from the Yashang Group because I didn't know the people who contacted me every time. I found out from Brother Lang that every time I released the news, CEO Song from the Yashang Group would appear around you. I guessed it too." Brother Lang was Lu Qianqian's assistant. This time the secretary didn't lie. "That drug was also given to me by the other party. Moreover, he told me to strictly follow the time and quantity he calculated. Other than that, I only communicated with Xiao He. Other than that, I didn't come." "Why did you do this?" Lu Qianqian asked this question very seriously because she did not treat her employees badly. "What else could it be?" "Greed," the secretary explained with a bitter smile. "I was afraid too, but as long as there's money, not to mention conscience, I can even sell my soul." Lu Qianqian spread her hands. "I'm not in the mood to beat up a dog when it's down, especially for someone like you. At the engagement party tomorrow, can you clarify the facts for me?" "Yes. As long as you don't call the police," the secretary quickly replied. "After tomorrow, get out of the Lu Corporation. From now on, don't appear in my sight before I lose my temper." "And the photos," Lin Mu reminded Lu Qianqian. "I deleted them a long time ago. I deleted them completely. Trust me." The secretary didn't dare to act recklessly on this point. "Then today just pretend that nothing happened. If you attract the attention of that B*TCH from Yashang Group, a call to the police will be inevitable." The secretary knew the severity of the matter. He just wanted to get away as soon as possible. Moreover, the sooner the better. "Also, don't think about escaping if you don't want to become a wanted criminal. I'm sorry, so Lu. The secretary bowed deeply to Lu Xianxian and then left Lu Xianxian's office. It was similar to what he had imagined. As long as he produced the evidence and followed the clues, he would be able to find out that scum from the Song family. Lu, you're too kind. Vice President Qin couldn't help but sigh at Lu Xianxian's way of handling things. The root of everything is that scum from the Song family. Why should I waste my energy on these people? He's already a person without a conscience. There's no point in torturing his body. At least I can vent my anger. I just want to kill that bastard Song, Lu Xianxian hummed. From the beginning to the end, Lin Mu, and didn't interfere with Lu Xianxian's handling of the secretary because he had the same thoughts as Lu Xianxian. He was just a puppet that she had spent money to find. Even if he was tortured, he wouldn't be able to vent the anger in Lu Xianxian's heart. Alright, we still have a lot of things to do tonight. We still have to greet the media. Let's go. Lin Mu, and put the book back on the bookshelf and reached out to Lu Xianxian. In the evening, Mu Qiqi received a call from Lu Xianxian. The secretary had been successfully taken down, and the media had also been arranged. However, with so many guests at the scene tomorrow, it would definitely cause a commotion. Lin Mu, and still had to go back to the Lin family at night to give old Master Lin a heads up. Just thinking about this made Mu Qiqi feel uncomfortable. Therefore, after putting down her phone, she turned to look at her man. I really want to put this Song guy on the dissection table and cut him a few times. I want to dig out his heart and study how evil he is. From another perspective, Song Buji's appearance might be an experiment between Lin Mu and Lu Xianxian. Don't forget, old Master Lin has never acknowledged Lu Xianxian. I'm just afraid that he hates Xianxian even more. Xianxia didn't even turn his head. Thinking of old Master Lin's expression that day, he replied indifferently to Mu Qiqi, "That's because you don't understand that old man. If I understand him, will he be able to put aside those stubborn thoughts and distinguish between being framed? Moreover, there will be so many guests tomorrow." Chapter 9-10. What do you want to bet? Mu Qiqi propped herself up and looked at Xianxia. Why don't I call you daddy on behalf of your son? Xianxia sat up straight and lifted Mu Qiqi's chin with a faint smile. I'll wait for you to call me daddy. Mu Qiqi's face suddenly turned red. Shameless. Women were always wary of fickle things. Old Lin had always cared about his reputation. Moreover, he had already gone back on his word once. There was no guarantee that he wouldn't go back on his word a second time. When Xianxia heard Mu Qiqi's soft words, his hand that was holding her chin suddenly tightened. Don't seduce me. Be good, okay? Mu Qiqi looked into Xianxia's eyes and knew that he was thinking about the word shameless. She immediately laughed. Old man, I'm not even 3 months old yet. You can't hold it in anymore? Xianxia held Mu Qiqi's chin and rubbed her thin lips back and forth. After 3 months, I don't have to hold it in anymore. Well, Mu Qiqi had to admit that her heart that was about to joke around was confused by him. She almost lost her bearings. That night, Lin Mu and planned to go home according to their previous agreement. He wanted to give the old man a heads up first. After thinking about it, he was still worried about the old man's heart. But when he returned home, Lin Mu and only saw his aunt. Looking for your grandfather? Aunt Lin put down her bowl and chopsticks and looked at her nephew. He went out to meet his friends in the evening and hasn't come back yet. Sometimes he forgets the time. Aunt. Lin Mu and sat down beside his aunt because he knew that the person who understood the old man the best in this world was his aunt. Something happens at the engagement party tomorrow and it makes the old man lose face. What should we do? Aunt Lin turned her head and looked at her nephew. The worst case scenario is that the old man can't stand the stimulation and goes to the hospital. Aunt. I'm just teasing you. Aunt Lin smiled. Your grandfather has a stubborn temper and is especially inflexible. However, you shouldn't underestimate him because of this. Since you won't marry anyone but that girl from the Lu family and you're getting engaged tomorrow, there's nothing for you to worry about. Young people always have to experience some hardships before they learn that some things aren't easy to come by. After Lin Muan heard this, he felt more at ease. Thank you, Auntie. What are you thanking me for? Your happiness is also my wish as your aunt. Lin Muan looked at the time. It was 9 o'clock at night. If he waited until 10 o'clock and the old man was still not home, he would drive out to pick him up. At that moment at the Jinfu tea house in Jianchuan, old Master Lin was drinking tea and playing chess with a few old friends. However, Song Buji had spent some effort to appear at the door of the old man's private room. "Elder Lin, we meet again." When old Master Lin saw Song Buji, he knew that this person was ambitious. Before this young couple got engaged, or rather when they got engaged, something big would definitely happen. He did not expect that his guess would really be right. Old Master Lin knew that he could not avoid tonight's incident, so he said to Song Buji, "If you have time, let's have a cup of tea together." "Sure, it's better to meet by chance than to invite you. I've wanted to invite you to tea for a long time." Song Buji made an inviting gesture. Old Master Lin said a few words to his good friend before going to the private room next door with Song Buji. After the two of them sat down, Song Buji poured tea for Old Master Lin in a gentlemanly manner. Old Master Lin looked at the teacup in front of him and could not help but smile. "Director Song, what news do you have to convey to this old man?" "Elder Lin, you've misunderstood. I don't have any news to convey, nor do I want to ruin Xianxia and young Master Lin's engagement banquet," Song Buji replied calmly. "Then you unaccountably solicitous? Xianxia and I are fated to part ways. It's not worth mentioning. However, I have an attitude. In the future, if Xianxia and young Master Lin get engaged and find out that they have a child, I hope that you can spare the child's life. If it's a child of the Song family, I will naturally bring him back to the Song family and not cause any trouble for the Lin family." Old Master Lin had to admit that Song Buji's words had ignited the flames of suspicion in him. However, he would not be fooled. Although that girl from the Lu family met unkind people in the past, ever since she got together with my brat, she hasn't had the time to be fickle. So, I don't really understand what you mean. Old Master Lin suppressed the anger in his heart and maintained his composure on the surface. "How do you know that she doesn't have it, Elder Lin? Do you have evidence?" "Evidence? Of course I do, but I don't want to take it out today." Song Buji sipped his tea, his smile impeccable. Old Master Lin immediately felt his blood pressure rise and his heart beat faster. Seeing that Old Master Lin's expression wasn't right, Song Buji naturally knew to stop while he was ahead. "Thank you for your tea today. We will meet again another day." Old Master Lin didn't say anything because he couldn't bring himself to say it. From Song Buji's words, he was bound to cause trouble tomorrow. However, before he could catch his breath, Song Buji's figure had already disappeared from the door of the private room. Then, the waiter of the tea house noticed Old Master Lin and leaned on the table uncomfortably. "Old man, are you all right? Please get the medicine for me and make a call for me." When Lin moved and received the call, it was already 9:45 p.m. He had originally planned to go out, but he didn't expect the old man to take the initiative to call him. Soon Lin moved and drove to the entrance of the tea house. Seeing the old man's ashen face, he immediately realized that something had happened. The old man got into the car and didn't say anything. Even after entering the house, he still didn't say a word. "Grandpa, what's wrong? Just say it." Lin moved and followed behind him and placed the car keys on the coffee table. The old man turned around and glared at Lin Mu and, "Are you sure you're the only one from the Lu family? Grandpa, did you see someone you shouldn't have?" Lin moved and was almost instantly sure that someone had stirred up trouble in front of the old man. "Don't worry about it. Grandpa, I don't want to argue with you about this a second time," Lin moved and answered seriously. "I believe in my woman." Old Master Lin took a deep breath and finally nodded. "I hope you won't regret it." Lin moved and didn't know what the old man meant by that, but he guessed that the old man had most likely seen the B*TH from the Song family when he went out. "Also, if anything embarrassing happens in the family in the future, don't blame me for turning against you." Hearing this, Lin moved and knew the seriousness of the matter. With a plop, he knelt in front of Old Master Lin. Chapter 9:11. From Lin Muan's words, the old man seemed to know something. "Does that girl have anything to do with that man from the Song family?" "Nothing at all," Lin Muan explained again. "Then why does that Song guy refuse to let her go? He's the CEO of the Yashang group. Is there a need for him to do this? If there's no real emotional entanglement, why would he come looking for me again and again? Grandfather will soon know what kind of person he is. Lin moved and knelt on the ground and lowered his head to answer the old man. The old man snorted. Since you know that someone will cause trouble tomorrow, then pay off tomorrow's debt tonight. Just kneel here. Yes. Lin moved and did not resist. Because he knew that the old man would definitely feel embarrassed tomorrow. Therefore he wanted to let the old man vent his anger in advance so that he could be mentally prepared. Xin Lu Xianxian called him. However, Lin moved and did not tell Lu Xianxian that he was kneeling as punishment. He only comforted her. Sleep early. Nothing happened tonight. Don't be nervous. Grandfather, you're not unhappy, right? Lu Xianxian was still concerned about the old man's mood. No, Lin Muan answered directly. That's good. See you tomorrow, handsome bridegroom. After saying that, Mu Chichi kissed the phone. I'm still waiting for Chichi to come and accompany me. Okay, bridegroom. After saying that, Lin Muan hung up. Actually, thinking about it, it was a little sad. It was already the night before the engagement, but the old man was still unhappy. When Aunt Lin went out, she saw her nephew kneeling in the living room. She could not help but go to the old man's study. Daddy should stop. That's because you don't know what I heard outside today. The old man snorted angrily with his hands behind his back. What about your daughter? Back then that scum came looking for her and made a scene. If my father-in-law was like you, brooding over the matters of his children and grandchildren and not trusting his own family, your daughter's life would be very difficult. After hearing this, the old man did not say anything. Because he felt that he owed his daughter. That kid Mu-un asked me what if he got into trouble tomorrow. He was worried that your body wouldn't be able to take it tomorrow. If he's really heartless, why would he care about your feelings? What kind of woman does he want to marry? What can you do to him? The old man turned around and opened his mouth, but he couldn't find the words to refute. In any case, I only have one sentence for you. Do as you see fit for your grandson's happiness. After saying that, Aunt Lin left the old man's study and went to the living room to help Lin Muan up. Do you want to hold the engagement ceremony with Lu Xianxian in a wheelchair tomorrow? It's okay. Just stand there. I'll take care of your grandfather. Grandpa Lin followed him out. Seeing that Lin Muan had already stood up, he turned around and returned to his room without saying a word. Thank you, Aunt. You'd better have something big happen tomorrow so that the old man's mood can go through ups and downs and be tortured. Lin Muan smiled and held his knees as he returned to his room. He didn't know what that song fellow had said to the old man to make him, who had already dispelled his suspicions about Xianxian, full of doubts again. Of course, if he could even do something as despicable as drugging someone, one shouldn't expect him to be a gentleman. Naturally, the ugliest words and the most vulgar stories could all be made up in front of the old man. Tomorrow, it was supposed to be the happiest day, but he actually had to stay up late. Thinking about it, it was really a sweet burden. Late at night, Song Buji had already finished showering and was sitting on the sofa drinking red wine alone. What he said tonight had already hinted that Lu Xianxian and him were having a sexual relationship. However, there was no news from the Lin family that old Master Lin was going to break off the engagement with the Lu family. They were really tolerant. Of course, he also hoped that old Master Lin would be able to hold on. After all, he still had to send the huge photo to the venue tomorrow as an engagement gift for the newlyweds. He just didn't know if old Master Lin's body would be able to hold on. It would be best if he couldn't. This show would immediately be as exciting as it could be. If unfortunately it didn't matter. He didn't believe that Lu Xianxian and Lin Mu and could still get engaged as if nothing had happened. Now that he thought about it, tomorrow's scene would definitely be very exciting. Because she was afraid that Lu Xianxian would be nervous tomorrow, Mu Chichi specially applied to Xianxia to sleep with Lu Xianxian at the Lu family's house tonight. Although Xianxia had verbally agreed to it, his face was very ugly when he sent Mu Chichi over. Think about it, ever since he got together with this thing, when had his arms ever been empty? But tonight this thing was actually going to sleep with her best friend. And she was even bringing his child. Don't be so stingy. Xianxian doesn't have any sisters or good friends. This is the only thing my family can do for her. There's no need to explain. Just because he understood didn't mean that he was happy. Don't eat anything. Fifth aunt will bring breakfast over tomorrow morning. Got it. Muchichi nodded obediently and raised 3 of her fingers as if she was swearing to the heavens. Xianxia didn't look at her again. He sent her to the Lu family's house. When he saw Lu Qianqian coming out to welcome him, he turned the car around. Your big Xiao isn't angry, is he? Lu Qianqian was shocked by Xingzhao's attitude. Ignore him. The 2 of them looked at each other and smiled. They hurriedly entered the bedroom and rolled on the bed. You're getting engaged tomorrow. How are you feeling now? I'm nervous. Lu Qianqian touched her chest and said. Moreover, she was very nervous because she didn't know what would happen tomorrow. I'm sorry for implicating you. I already told you there's no need to apologize. No one can separate me and Lin Mu. It doesn't matter if his grandfather believes me or not. I will only recognize Lin Mu. The only thing I'm worried about is whether that old man's heart can take it tomorrow. After Muchichi heard this, she felt even more uncomfortable. If old Master Lin is really affected by this, it's also because of our Shen family. At the thought of this, Muchichi wanted to do one more thing. Because old Master Lin and old Master Shen were good friends, perhaps he would be more confident if she let old Master Shen do the work. However, I believe that evil can't suppress good. Look, how many obstacles have you passed? I believe that I can also get through it. What do you rely on when you walk in the pugilistic world? Righteousness. Lu Qianqian patted her chest. Muchichi was immediately amused. Song, you're lucky to meet me and get pregnant. Chapter 9:12. At 11 o'clock in the evening, Xianxia took a shower and went to bed. Seeing that the seat beside him was empty, he could not help but scoff softly, somewhat self-deprecatingly. Usually, the moment he went to bed, he would be pestered, hugged, and touched. Today there was no one beside him. This kind of difference would not have been felt if someone was around on a normal day. Forget it. Xianxia lay down by himself, but he could not fall asleep no matter how he tossed and turned. In fact, Muchichi, who was in the Lu family, had started to regret it ever since Lu Qianqian fell asleep. What happened to being a part of her family? However, the person lying beside her was not Xianxia, so she could not touch him at any time. Her heart itched and she missed him. So, in the middle of the night, she took out her phone and sent a text message to Xianxia. Xiaoxiao, are you asleep? Xianxia saw it. Who cares about you? You were the one who wanted to go out to sleep. All right, then I'll sleep too. Xianxia glanced at her again and replied slowly, What time is it? You're still holding your phone. I actually want to go home. Why don't you come and pick me up? I don't want to get up, Xianxia answered directly. Muchichi rolled her eyes. She did not believe that this man could get used to it. Where did he learn to be so arrogant? Then I'll take a taxi myself. The man on the other end of the phone was silent for 3 seconds. Then he replied unhurriedly, Get dressed and wait for me at the Lu family's door. Muchichi put away the phone and got out of bed quietly. Although Lu Qianqian was indeed excited about the engagement banquet tomorrow, she had been very deep after falling asleep. Even after Muchichi left the room, she did not wake up. 20 minutes later, the black Bentley stopped at the Lu family's door. Muchichi saw her man as she wished and blushed a little. It's not because I miss you. It's because I don't like the bed. Then shall I move the bed over for you? Xianxia looked at her unhappily. Muchichi snorted and did not say anything. After returning home and lying on the bed as she wished, she felt satisfied, especially with Xianxia lying beside her. That sense of security made her sleepy. Perhaps it was out of habit, but Muchichi subconsciously reached out to hug Xingzhao's waist. The man sulked for a while and looked down at the hand on his waist. He immediately felt that he was very unfamiliar just now. A man in his 30s was actually controlled by such a thing. Without you I can't sleep well anywhere. Muchichi murmured in her sleep. After the man heard this, he turned around and reached out to take the pregnant little woman into his arms and encircled her peacefully in his arms. The next morning the sky was blue. Lu Qianqian got up and put on makeup, but she did not see Muchichi on the bed. After looking around the house, Lu Qianqian became anxious and finally saw the note on the dressing table. I'm suffering from insomnia. I'm going home to sleep. I'll come back tomorrow morning. Lu Xianxian breathed a sigh of relief and laughed out loud. This person had said that he wanted to sleep with her last night. What happened in the end? She could not leave her big CEO's side at all. After that, Lu Xianxian welcomed the makeup artist into the room, and Mama Lu woke up early to prepare for her daughter's engagement party. However, during the makeup process, Lu Xianxian thought that the Song family might come out to cause trouble today, so she gave her mother a warning in advance. "Mommy, that Song person might embarrass you and Grandpa Lin at the engagement party. At that time, no matter what you see, don't be angry because we'll take care of it, okay?" "Got it." Mama Lu nodded, but her eyes couldn't help turning red because she thought of her husband. If he hadn't left in a hurry, he might have been able to see what her daughter looked like in her wedding dress. "Mommy, okay, Mommy understands. Today's your big day." Mama Lu turned around and wiped her tears. Lu Xianxian knew that she was sad and couldn't bear to provoke her anymore, so she changed the topic. "Mommy, I'm a little hungry. Before I go out, I want to eat the breakfast you made." "I'll go now." Lu Xianxian turned her gaze back and looked at herself in the mirror. It was the bride-to-be today. All the big shots in Jianchuan would come to celebrate for her. However, she also knew that she would definitely be embarrassed and hurt today. Although she didn't understand why she had to be treated like this, she had never blamed Mu Qiqi from the bottom of her heart. At 8:30 in the morning, the Lin family's car stopped downstairs of the Lu family's house. Lin Mu, and was dressed in a pure black handmade gown that wrapped around his strong physique. Because of his frequent training, his figure was even taller and more slender. Because he was often exposed to the sun and rain, the man's face seemed to have been sharpened, and his skin looked tougher and more masculine. Lu Qianxian stood on the second floor and watched. She was captivated by this man's formal attire. "Mommy, I'm here to pick Qianxian up." Lin Mu, and walked to Mama Lu and bowed deeply to express his gratitude. Mama Lu walked upstairs and held Lu Qianxian's hand. Lin Mu An's eyes turned slightly red when he saw her wearing the dress he had personally customized. Because at this moment Lu Qianxian was like a fairy in a painting. Her black hair was slightly curled and draped over her shoulders lazily. Her makeup was not too heavy but very elegant. The makeup artist did not put her hair in a bun because she was already at the age of youth. Since a woman was at her most beautiful, why should she be given the aura of a young woman? Lin Muan's eyes were a little dazed until Lu Qianxian walked up to him. "Are you stunned? You look so good." Lin Mu, and could not think of any high-class adjectives in his mind now. The only word left was good-looking. "You look very handsome too." Lu Qianxian reached out and tidied his bow tie. "Then, let's go now." With that, Lin Mu, and held Lu Qianxian's hand. Because he was nervous, he was sweating a little. The place where the ceremony was held was on the lawn by the sea. At this moment, it was already in the sea of white roses. The roses that had been airlifted in the morning were exuding vitality. Soon, old Master Lin, Aunt Lin, and Mama Lu appeared at the entrance of the hotel to welcome their respective guests. Jianchuan's media naturally would not let go of such a grand engagement ceremony. Previously, Lin Mu and had already communicated with the media that today's filming was not allowed to be leaked during the ceremony. Otherwise, they would not be allowed to enter and they would be held legally liable. Because of their identities, there was actually no need for such a scene. Such precautions were all to prevent Song Buji. But at the same time, everyone knew that as long as the Song family wanted to cause trouble, no one could stop them. You're tuning in to the Zhou Xian's Legacy YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.